When I spit bars in a rave, man, I go hard like Santan.
Hey, before I start, I've got to do the usual and plug the socials. If you're a listener, you don't follow on the Twitter, that's TouchlineFracas. If you're a Manchester United fan, on Tuesday mornings, we've got Mugga, Elijah Stars and Mugga. On Wednesday mornings, we've got TouchlineFracas. Yes, Ellis can sometimes be on that. Sometimes.
I ain't heard them in weeks.
On Thursdays, you get Touchy Gooners. That's Lewis and the lads. On Fridays, you get Chessy Hour. And then on Saturdays, you get New Spurs Order.
Yep.
So that's all your possible needs met. If you're somebody who wants to try something a little bit different, every Wednesday, 9 p.m. UK time, we've got our AMP pod. You're an American listener, you're thinking 9 p.m. UK time, what the hell does that mean to me? That's 4 p.m. East Coast time and 1 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah, I didn't write that down, I just kept it all in my head.
I didn't watch his bear.
But all of that aside, let's get into the business of why we're all here. Tobs, you were late, as usual. But
I'm gonna 2 minutes late.
Late's late, brother. I'm gonna start with you, fresh from the London derby.
Yeah.
A 2-0 win today. Talk to us about going into the game. I don't think you've been on for a couple of weeks, so talk to us about how you felt going into the game and give us your thoughts on the performance. And where's your head at with Spurs on Conte right now?
So before the game, I was going into it as must win, and we have to. Like, there's literally no excuses if we can't beat this West Ham team.
What's the difference between must win and we have to?
As in, like, it's inconceivable that we leave here with less than 3 points.
What, 2 points, maybe?
No.
That's the last time Spurs won the league.
You knew what I meant.
Spurs 2 points for a win.
You knew what I meant, but
Yeah.
normally, like, there are some games where it's like, okay, yeah, I'm a little bit confident, or there's other games where I'm a bit apprehensive. And then there's just I don't care what you do,
just
you
win.
better win this game. And today was the
One of
third
those.
option.
Yeah,
you better
yeah,
win this game, right? And I saw their lineup and I said, if we don't win this game, somebody has to get flogged, because I'm seeing Flynn Downs in the midfield. I'm seeing Skamaka. Danny Ings didn't start. I'm seeing a midfield duo of Souček and Rice. Ugh. Jesus Christ. Oh, my days. So I'm like, you have to win here.
Yeah.
And
That West Ham team is like Peaky Blinders FC. Flynn Downs.
Who's Antonio meant to be in Peaky?
Elijah.
What's his name? The poet.
Yeah, the poet.
Benjamin Zephaniah. Yeah.
What do you say Elijah for?
That's his name in the thing.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
it?
you're right.
He's watched Peaky.
Yeah, hold on.
Ironically, Ellis has actually watched Peaky Blinders, Lewis.
It's the only show he's watched.
Cool. I mean, we're not a West Ham sort of talking pod, but I'd be interested to get your thoughts on them. But yeah, keep going.
Yeah, no. So, like, as the game transpired, I felt Spurs were actually really bad in the first half, and that's something that we've become accustomed to this season. I didn't like the fact.
Talk us through the lineup. Sorry.
Yeah, the lineup was poor in my opinion. I think it was way too defensive. This is a side that are literally fighting relegation, right? It was just too defensive. Obviously 3-4-3 shape. Obviously Conte's not around. He's recovering in Italy.
I don't think you watched the game.
I did watch the game.
No, Conte.
What do you mean?
I just think
You just don't give a shit.
I don't think you give a shit. No, but like they were like, oh yeah, he's watching it from where he is recovering in hospital. No, man.
Ellis said, I don't think he watched
I don't
the
think he
game.
watched it, man.
He definitely
You
watched
can't
the
get
game.
the football in hospitals anyway.
He's not in the hospital. He's recovering at home.
But we didn't watch it, fam.
He definitely watched it. I'm telling you, he watched it.
Fam, I swear to you.
Big man, I'm telling you, he watched it.
Man, I'm telling you, he watched it. The toe stamps of approval.
The reason why I'm saying I think he watched it is because
You gave him the dodgy fire.
No. He's probably got that in him. But Conte is ultra controlling with the team. There's no way on earth that Spurs are playing and he doesn't have some sort of say in what's going on. So I think he definitely had his eye on the game. But the reason why I didn't like the lineup is, as I said, way too defensive. You look at the back three, Dyer, Longley, Romero, right? But then the wing backs, who you expect a lot of width, a lot of quality on the ball. He's playing Emerson Royale right wing back, and he's playing Ben Davies left wing back. And listen, Perisic has been awful the past couple of weeks. He's been flat out terrible, right? And I understand why, because he's playing a lot of football. Sessegnon's injured, so I get. It makes sense why Ben Davies is playing left wing back, even though I don't like seeing Ben Davies left wing back. Yeah, surprisingly, he actually played well today. But my thing is, he's a defensive-minded wing back. He's not even a wing back. He's a defensive back or left back, right? So if you're going ultra defensive on one side, you have to go attacking on the other side, and you've just spent 40-something million on Pedro Porro, who's an attacking option, the only attacking option in absence of Perisic, and he doesn't play.
Yeah.
And then you have a midfield duo of Højbjerg and Skip. And listen, Skip played well against AC Milan, but Højbjerg and Skip, they're not agile. They're not agile midfielders, right? Like Højbjerg is obviously probably the better. In fact, he's definitely the better of the two on the ball, and I feel like Skip is actually better off the ball than Højbjerg. But
so actually add them together will make one good midfielder.
But this is what I'm saying. I felt like their characteristics are too similar, and if we're looking to sort of put as much pressure on West Ham as possible, I wanted to see Sarr in that midfield because I feel like he's the only one out of the three who can sort of take the ball in the half turn, do certain things, take the ball, carry it, beat one or two players, right? So from the jump, I felt way too defensive for a team like West Ham, but irrespective, we should be winning the game.
And then the front three?
The front three, I'm happy Son got dropped, to be honest. I'm glad Richarlison started.
Did he score?
No.
He didn't score.
He didn't score. There's no Premier League goal.
Still no Premier League goal.
How many minutes is that now? Because
It must be
Alexis.
touching 1,000.
No, it's not. Shout out Alexis. I think it was like 500, wasn't it?
It's not. So he's
But
probably...
so it must be like 600 now.
No, he's not played 500 minutes. I think
On the Prem?
Yeah, he's not
Are
played
you sure?
500. I don't think he's
Can
played.
someone on the back?
Don't worry, I'm already on it.
The lads are fact checking. Keep going.
I'm
Yeah,
already on it.
I'm pretty sure he's not played.
Jamie.
Listen, the lads are in the back fact checking. Let's keep going.
That's calm. That's calm.
All right.
That's calm. But yeah, so the front three, I was pretty calm with the front three, but at the same time, I would have liked to see Danjuma get a start because I feel like Kulusevski's form since he's come back from injury has actually been really poor.
Okay.
But irrespective of that, go and win the game.
Just
498.
Even after today?
Yeah, even after today.
okay, cool. Yeah.
That's a shockingly low amount.
Yeah.
Oh, you think? Oh, you think?
He's
Is that right?
People are looking at the appearances. Fair enough. He's played 15 appearances, but when you look at the minutes, he's not really playing.
Yeah. Cool. Keep going anyway. Danjuma, you would have liked to see.
Yeah, I would have liked to see him, but in the end of the day,
This
again,
says 566, Elijah.
We're using.
transfer market.
Yeah, same. We're both using transfer market. See, 566.
Hey.
Somebody refreshing it.
I don't know. Check the Premier League app.
Yeah.
Check the Premier League app.
You refresh. We need that corroborated. We need two sources of truth.
Take the average.
Yeah. God, but like you said, it's in and around 500 minutes either way.
Yeah. But like the front three is still good enough to go ahead and win the game. And obviously Harry Kane, we did the whole mural for Kane and the
Did you guys do that? Yeah. Is it the first game at home since he?
Yeah, since he broke the record.
Nice.
But so it's just like just go and beat them. Just go and win.
You did at the end of the day. To be fair.
We won. So I can't be too upset with the team. But yeah, I just felt first half really bad performance. Second half
boring.
Very boring. Much better performance in the second half and good.
What
value
changed
for
in the
2-0.
second half?
The team actually started playing.
But what were they more intense? Was it a change of personnel?
Just a bit more intentional with the ball, right? Like in the
That's
first
been
half.
Spurs the whole season, to be fair.
Exactly.
What's that? Oh, sorry.
No, go on.
What's that down to? That's weird.
Manager instruction, players.
What play?
I don't know, bro.
Relax in the first half, win it in the second half.
I think it's a mix, right? I feel like when you play such a conservative approach, when you play such a conservative lineup, I think part of him is probably saying keep it tight, right? Keep it tight. But I even felt like we gave West Ham ammunition in the first 20 minutes.
So you see the way you play and the way Conte wants you to play. That's it. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's predicated on the opposing team coming out and you being able to hit them, right? But considering where you are in the league and you're one of the better teams in the league, how often you've had to come back from being behind quite a bit this season, but how often do teams really come out with that intention of we're really going to try and press them back and then you can counter press based on that? So how logical is the tactics for how teams set up against you basically?
I don't think it is.
Spurs are trying to
it
lull
is.
you.
Yeah. I don't think it
False
is.
sense of security.
Yeah, 100. I don't think it is logical anymore. I can't lie to you. I think last season towards the back end it was working, and even early on this season, despite us giving up shots, we weren't really giving up high quality chances. But in recent months, that's all just broken apart. Like now we just play free at the back for the sake of it. We concede a lot. We concede high quality chances now. If you look at our rolling total of like expected goals versus expected goals against, it's basically level. It's basically level. So I'm like, which is not a good thing, right?
And you're overperforming your XG as well, like typically as well.
That's expected with our front line. So like
It's only Kane really.
Yeah.
it's expected with our front line. Son is listen, Son
That's
ain't banging goals
expected
this
with
season.
Harry Kane. God.
But yeah, so like I just wish we could just start games better, and I also think some of it is partly down to the fact that we don't have some good players in some crucial positions for us. I look at Longley, left centre back today. He had an absolute nightmare.
How's he been this season?
He's been all right for Spurs. He's not.
But he's just not the you know, all the players been fine, but they're not the level.
Exactly right.
Yeah,
So he's actually had some good performances for Spurs this season. But just like I didn't want him in the first place. Like I've been calm. Like I've not really criticised you because you've done your bit for the most part, but you're just not good enough. You know what I'm saying, right? You're just not good enough. You don't really raise the standard at the club.
It seems like you guys are going to be alright for top 4 though, because I think
I don't know, man.
I think there's a lot of twists and turns,
Exactly.
man.
It's too
There
early to
probably
say
is,
that.
but I think you've got a decent gap over Liverpool, and it looks like Newcastle are kind of.
You say
tailing
decent
off
gap,
as well.
but
There's
Liverpool win
a
their
lot
games.
of twists.
Liverpool win their games in hand, and they're 1 point behind
But right
Spurs.
now, you're in the box seat.
Not necessarily.
Box
Newcastle
office,
have the
yeah?
game in hand.
You're saying box office Spurs, yeah?
Yeah, you're in the box. It's in your hands.
That's what you really want, though.
I want it in our hands, yes, but I don't trust this team to keep. I don't trust it. Based off what I've seen the last couple of months, I don't trust us to keep it in our hands. I don't, right? But I was happy with what I saw in the second half. I felt second half.
I didn't like the eye contact that you made with me.
I was,
Keep it in our hands.
I was thinking, is that pause worthy? There was pause on that.
The eye contact made it pause. The eye contact.
What I will say about Tottenham, you lot need a couple good quality midfielders, because from what you have, they're all the same. Apart from Bentancur,
He's injured now. How long's he out for?
Man.
He's out for 8
season.
months.
8 months.
8 months, ACL, man.
Ah, poor guy, man.
ACLs are not 8 months anymore. I thought they're like three,
Said
4
six
months.
to 8 months, but I've just gone.
No,
worst
they're
case
still
scenario,
that long.
man,
Yeah.
with Spurs.
No, they're still that long.
No, he had like an.
Yeah, there's something else, something
He
late.
had something else.
Something late.
I'm sure someone had an ACL and they came back in like 4 months.
No, maybe it was like a sprain or something rather than like a rupture.
Okay,
That's
so
a big
the
blow.
degree of the get the boys in the back on that one. Not for this pod though. But no, interesting. Where are you at with Conte? Because obviously you fly the flag for Conte, but now he's had it's a full season of this. It's coming to a good sample size in regards to how he's played. You got the off the pitch stuff as well. You've got his general preference and treatment of players. And I know you've been on previous pods and you've kind of been like, the club need to support him, the club need to back him. But it's that conversation we always have. Is the manager, and I guess we can just talk about if that's fair or not, is the manager getting the best out of the current players that they have? So the first answer is no. And the second question is the way he wants to play, are the players set up for that?
No.
So, and I guess the question, this is a wider question, is that fair for us to ask him to get the best out of a group of players who aren't suited to the system he wants to play?
I think it is fair because I feel like this is what he's paid for. He's on 50 million quid a year.
1.5.
1.5.
Smackers, yeah?
He's on 50 million quid a year, so he's an elite coach and.
So when you say this is what he's paid for, sorry to interject there, not really sorry. When you say this is what he's paid for, is that you expect him to change his philosophy, or do you expect him to make them fit it? Is that reasonable?
I expect a bit of both, right?
Okay.
I expect that if your philosophy isn't working, I expect that you can tweak your philosophy to accommodate certain players. And fundamentally, I expect that you have to play to your players' strengths.
Yeah.
And that's something he's not done this season. He did that towards the back end last year. He's not done that this season, in my opinion. He's not played to our strengths. I think we've seen a lot of players. We've seen a lot of players in and out of form. We've seen a lot of players underutilized. We've seen a few players overutilized. We've seen out of form players consistently picked. We've seen the same system, the same approach taken, no matter who we're playing, and it's tripped up Spurs a lot over the past couple of months. You know my views on Conte. Like I got a lot of time for Conte, but generally now with the situation as it is, it's a stick or twist sort of situ. And to be honest, I feel like we should twist. Genuinely feel like we should twist because he's not going to sign a new deal at the end of the season. Yeah. The one thing I thought I could rely on, which is his managerial performance, I think it's gone the other way. It's gone.
He's regressed.
It's gone all the way backwards.
But he typically, and correct me if I'm wrong again, when he does that, he's kind of mentally down tools, isn't it?
Yeah. But and I think that's gone.
The thing is with Conte is that with his whole MO is the fact that he can get the most out of shit players. So the fact that he's not doing that at Spurs, I feel like it's a bit of a cop out to say that like he needs better players. He at Chelsea he was playing Victor Moses.
That's the first player who always gets mentioned. Vicky Mo.
But isn't there an argument to be had though that this is? I feel like I said this last season. I think this is Spurs' ceiling. This is what Spurs is. This is the maximum that they can get to. Isn't it? They're in the top 4.
Ragtag bunch of players.
He's already doing as much as he can do.
No. But you're looking surface level, right? You're looking at surface level.
Bro,
which
look at your team today.
No.
It's horrendous.
No, listen. Conte's not doing a good job, but he's not Jesus, right? He's not going to make Eric Dyer a top centre back. He's not going to make some. I get that part. Nobody blames Conte for the some of the goals that Spurs concede. Yeah. What we blame Conte for is our approach in those games. I agree. I watched AC Milan. AC Milan had conceded 13 goals in the last 5 games leading up to that Spurs game, right? This is a defense that have been all over the shop.
Porous.
We couldn't create a single clear-cut chance against them.
I heard you were good.
We weren't bad. Like, I felt like on the ball.
You're not going to get into the definitions war with me. I heard you were good. You weren't bad. What were you?
I don't think we were good. I don't think we were
Tobs
good.
guy.
I don't think we were good.
Okay, cool.
I said it.
Yeah,
I don't think we were good.
there, man.
But Leicester again.
Yeah.
We were talking about Man United. We'll talk on United.
Yeah,
again.
But
Leicester.
the similar thing could have happened to Man United today.
Yeah.
We'll speak up.
No.
Elijah. Lewis.
If they took their chance against Man United.
Hey, Lewis.
Yes.
Elijah's the Man United correspondent, not you, yeah?
Yes.
Go on.
You're right.
Just saying.
In the first half, Leicester all over them. But the point I'm making is Man United, even when Leicester was sticking it on them, Man United was still able to do what? Create a chance to score.
Yeah, but
a goal.
that's what you guys normally do, man.
But that's the point I'm making. We haven't done that in recent weeks. Spurs look blunt. That's what I'm trying to say to you. One of the things that I thought I could rely upon with Conte was goals. Even when we didn't have Kulusevski, like he came in and our goals per game went up immediately in comparison to Nuno, of course, and then that improved progressively over the course of the season. This year it's gone backwards. Look at all the attacking quality we have, and yet look how many goals we're churning out in some of these matches.
Do you blame that on him though? The player's individual performance on his game by game?
Not all on him, but I think he has to. I think he definitely has to take responsibility when we are like Milan, when we have possession, right? We're in and around the box, but we can't find a way to penetrate.
Yeah.
You have attacking options on the bench. Why does it need to be free? Why does it have to be 3 attackers for the whole 90 minutes? Why can't it be 4 attackers?
Yeah.
Why can't you just be a bit more flexible? Why is it that it's only when the game is past us, when the game is firmly
you
away
start
from
to
Spurs,
take
then
risks.
you start to take exactly.
Yeah,
It
it's
shouldn't-
frustrating.
It shouldn't
Yeah,
be like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
It
Told
shouldn't
you
be
looking
like
at
that.
Jadon hair, fam.
Okay, I think we'll end it with you there, Tobs. Thank you. So taking
we
a
won,
quick,
so
taking a quick, yeah. After all that, we won. So taking a quick look at the table, you are 4th now, like Lewis says, 42 points. So you're 7 points behind Manchester United, who've played the same amount of games. You're 10 points behind City, who played the same amount of games, and you're 12 points behind Arsenal, who've played the game less. How are you feeling? Because I think a few weeks ago, when Kane broke the record, I think on the pod with Mosh Ant and them, you're very boisterous, like, we gotta think about top 4 battle. Like Spurs, we're right in there. How do you feel about it now? If you're a betting man, are you finishing the top 4?
I wouldn't put money on it now. No.
Okay.
I need. You know what? I'm at that stage I was at last year, which is weird because we have a better squad. It's in our hands.
Yeah.
But I need this team to show me that they actually have the consistency to go the distance, right?
Without Bentancur,
That's what they did last year. And
Yeah, it's gonna be tough,
When
man.
you look at the blows as well, exactly. Bentancur. Bro, injury blows. What's wrong
You didn't
with
say that, no. You didn't say that the first time. So you have to say
Because I said the
injury.
blows.
Yeah, pause again.
Nah, you man,
Go on.
crazy.
Yeah.
You man are crazy. You man are right. Yes, but
Yes, we're
when you look at the injuries as well, yeah, it's not just Bentancur. Basuma's out for 2 to 3 months, right? Lloris is injured as well.
That's good though, man.
It's not good because Fraser
You
Forster.
finally kept a clean sheet today.
Fraser Forster
Forster's
is
actually one of the few keepers worst.
Forster, that guy goes down in stages. It's so
crazy.
Nobody is worse than Danny Ward.
Did you not?
I'm sorry.
No, but
Danny Ward is a fucking joke.
Elijah, did you see
How is Rashford 1-on-1 and he's like jumping up in the air?
No.
Like,
Do you know Liverpool, they smacked up Rangers 7-1
Yeah.
at Ibrox. And I compare Forster to
McGregor.
McGregor.
Oh my
They
days.
go down 3 minutes after the goal's gone in. I'm like, what is going on here? And I thought Forster looked decent. So when we signed him on a free, I said, you know what? Okay, this is all right. Like, we can do with one season of you, and then we'll get our new goalkeeper next summer. And I saw him against Brentford. I said, bruv, you can't move. He is literally a brick. He's just a brick. I'm like,
I think
what's going on?
I think at Southampton he went from first choice to third choice with like a transfer window.
We're with you, Elijah. I'm gonna stay with you. We had the early kickoff today at home against Leicester. 3-0 winners. We'll talk about other conversations around that, but talk us through the lineup, your thoughts on the performance. See, we've got a game every 3 days. They're coming really quickly. What did you?
First of all, I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing Ten Hag's voice in a press conference.
Bro, it feels like he has quotes every
day.
Every day he's talking.
Every day. Oh, sorry.
Ekin day. Every
day. What was I saying again? Oh yeah, so
Ten Hag and the games and give me
so
thoughts on the lineup because we made some changes, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of games. So obviously, Sir Bielitsa came in for Casemiro because of suspension. Lindelof came in for Varane.
Age.
And then
Varane rested.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
Is that all right with you?
No, it's calm. I just thought when I didn't seem to, I thought you might have been injured.
No.
and then I believe Martinez came in for Malaysia because Martinez was suspended for Europa. Then so then it was, and then Garnacho came in for Sancho. So it was a 4-2-3-1. Weghorst as the 10.
That's insane.
Yeah, man.
That's insane.
That guy is the funniest footballer.
That first half was so crazy, man. It was so.
We had like a good 5 minutes at the start.
We had a good 5 minutes, and then they realised, hold on,
These man can get. Go on.
Fred and Weghorst in midfield. Come on, man. It was so mad. Like the game was just like I was thinking.
Chaotic.
Every
Too
time
many
I
of our
watched it,
games are chaotic.
It's like Kelechi
man.
running at your defense.
Yeah,
Bro,
too many of our games are chaotic for my liking, man.
Bro, and like I mean, I've seen Fred for like 5 years now.
5 years.
Yeah, since 2018.
He's been there for a minute.
Jesus.
Bro, that is the worst Fred performance.
14.
Bro, that's the worst Fred performance I've seen, and that's a statement.
That's
because,
crazy, but it's right up there,
oh
man.
my days.
That's in the
It was-
pantheon of bad Fred performances.
It was so bad. Like he kept giving the ball away. His positioning was like he was going to press against Dewsbury Hall wherever he was. Like if Dewsbury Hall went right back, he was there. I'm thinking, just stay in your position. Like,
But okay, do you know what kills me? About like when you're the manager and you're watching him, you have to stop that. You have to say something.
Bro.
Like when you're watching a player on the side and they're making the same mistake. Surely at some point it's just like, Fred, stay in your position. What's good?
the thing is, I don't think he hears anything when he's on the pitch. He's just hearing just Congolese music in his head, bro, and he's running about. It's the craziest thing. It's
Gongasso.
In the commentary, he gave the ball away and never was.
Nah, Fred, give me the ball away again.
He shouldn't comment on Man United games, man. This is very bad. It's very bad.
He's very bad at every game.
He's either like too biased or like he tries to act like he's not for.
That was the closest I've heard Neville take kissing his team. He was fuming. But honestly, Fred that half was awful. Weghorst,
He got the assist for Rashford, though.
so annoying because like, to be honest, that actually disappointed me more than the fact that we won the game because I was thinking he didn't deserve that. Like he was so bad. He was so bad. I'm so glad he got taken off. But Weghorst to be fair, Garnacho was really poor as well, but he just wasn't able to get into the game. Bruno was, except for the assist, he was out of it. Rashford was pretty much out of it except for the goal. I mean, sure, for the first half was actually quite good. Apart from that, everyone else wasn't. Even like Martinez, he got into a few duels with Kelechi in the middle of the park and he lost them, and like they kept going out our back four. So, but second half,
What do you think changed?
I feel like the change where Rashford goes out left and then Sancho comes on for Garnacho and he goes 10. I think that really helped because it gets Rashford more involved in the game. And the things with Sancho, in terms of his positioning, in terms of where he actually likes to stay in the pockets. Like with Bruno, he just roams about everywhere, whereas Sancho stays in the pocket. So it actually gives an option for the midfielders and people playing out to pass it in into those dangerous areas. So it was really good. And then like the second half is actually probably the best, like in terms of offensive football, that's probably the best half I've seen in a while, probably since like Spurs at home.
Yeah,
probably. But yeah, like Sancho when he came on,
I want to speak on Sancho. We've spoken about him on the Mocha pod, but I want to speak on the main pod. So obviously we know that he kind of took some time away from the team. Yeah. So a couple of questions. Firstly, did you envision when he came back him looking as good as he's looked so far? And with this kind of, I want to call him like a new Sancho, he's probably playing like what people expected when we bought him. What are your thoughts on what can he mean to the team for the now and for the future? Because he's only 22.
Yeah, I mean, I did expect him to have a little bit in terms of coming back with. He's not played much since October, so like he's not had the grind of the games that like even without the World Cup, he's not played throughout Jan mostly, like even December. And like even like in like November before the World Cup, so he hasn't had a lot of games. So I did expect him to come back fresh, but the thing I like is that he's got more, like he's playing much quicker.
That's been the biggest thing. Keep going.
Like the problem I've always had with Sancho at United is the fact that he loves quick combinations, but he slowed himself down too much, and it just made it easy to play against. So now, if he doesn't know what he's going to do, he plays it off quickly. Yeah. So it just injects a lot of pace into the move, and that's what happened for the third goal that he scored, where he played it and he just drove right onto he had the moment, plays it to Bruno. Bruno squares back to him. It was a really good finish as well. But I mean,
could have had another one as well.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good chance, but it got blocked. But yeah, it was a really good performance second half, and yeah, I'm happy with the win.
Cool.
Disappointed with the third assist. But.
So with where we're at,
the pressure on,
I'm about to have that conversation. With where we're at now, naturally, mathematically, we're right there near City and Arsenal. So people are talking about a title race.
Rashford, Rashford is talking.
Yeah, Rashford is a man. I want us to have a discussion as panelists who are independent
of the marquee players talking about title race, but the fans are saying no.
We're having a conversation about that.
Why don't you believe in your voice?
Can we have a conversation?
No, we can't.
No. I'm trying to talk to Elijah at first, and then include you two.
I want you to say it.
I want you to say it. I want you to say it.
You're in the title race. You're in the title race. Yeah, I said it.
I think we're there. I think we have to say we're there. I think the issue is.
You give yourself?
Not a big chance. We're relying on other people. What? 3? What does that mean? What's the put a number on it?
Put like a percentage.
3. I don't know. I'm not gonna put a percentage because we're relying on other teams slipping up. We don't have to play you again. We don't have to play City again. Luckily for the two of you. So we'll just see how it goes. For us, the goal has always been top 4. And we're looking good for top 4, and they just have to keep putting the performances together. What are your thoughts? The reason why for us, we look and we say we don't think we're title contenders, even though the numbers say it, it's the reason why when you were watching the game against Leicester, all their games go like this, and then Rashford just scores. So you lot confuse me because you watch us and tell us that we're shit, and then you come and tell us that we're in the title race. So let me finish. So if we're shit, but we're also in the title race, and you're not that far ahead of us, how good are you?
Listen, I'm being told that you guys are from other Man United fans. So
yeah, the crazy ones.
Listen, it's people that you share group chat.
We're not a monolith. We are not a monolith.
I'm just saying.
But I think in terms of it's that plus the fact that the amount of games we probably have coming up, and also like if, for example, if Arsenal win their game in hand, like they will be 8 points ahead of us, and with the gap in goal difference, that'll mean like a 9-point drop, and that's not to mean that. That basically means that we have to get 9 more points than Arsenal. That doesn't necessarily mean that. So that might mean we have to win every single game and Arsenal drop 3 games. But even then, Man City might win all their games. And then, so for me, it's hard to say, like, where...
You're in the title race. Just
no. Like me personally, it's difficult because I'm thinking of the future in terms of what I think we can do. And I don't think we are in that contention. But, I mean...
Mathematically, we have to say yes, but when you're actually adding the context of watching this team, we're not. Yeah,
you're right. I watched them in the first half today. That did not look like
and that's the issue. If I'm watching the team and I don't believe, why do you want me to lie to you and say we're title contenders?
No, I agree.
So we can dunk you later on.
So why are you trying to go
later on when you inevitably
But this has been my argument to the other United fans.
Yeah.
I'm saying to them, look, I don't think you are.
Yeah. Are you offended when they say that we are?
Not that I'm offended. I just think they're delusional.
I mean,
I think I think I think they're probably overdoing how good
Defo.
that they think you are.
Yeah, we're not there yet. We're not there for sure.
We're not there. You can't play players like Fred and be there. I'm sorry.
And your attack is so reliant on
Rashford
as well.
Yeah.
Let's have a moment.
Weghorst starts every fucking game.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I've never seen a striker. I thought Lacazette was bad. Yeah, getting shots off.
Where do you
Weghorst
think?
doesn't even come close to shooting.
Where do you think he would actually start for a team in the league? What Weghorst?
Burnley.
Say Burnley.
No, in this
Yeah,
league.
exactly.
I don't actually think Weghorst is an awful footballer though.
He's not an awful footballer,
But he's not Man United.
He's nowhere near the standard of United.
I don't even know if he's a Premier League striker.
No. The problem with Weghorst is that
I think he could
he
start
is.
Everton.
No, he couldn't.
No,
Everton.
he couldn't.
He
You think he's better than Calvert-Lewin?
Calvert-Lewin is injured.
No,
Like,
that's
Nate-
not what we're
so you're saying it's everyone's fit?
Assuming everybody's fit,
I mean,
what Premier League team would he start
That
for?
being said, who's the geezer that starts up front for Southampton these days?
Yeah, Paul, that new guy.
Paul Okocha, is it?
What's wrong?
Oh,
Are you alright?
What's his
on
name?
the actually.
Yeah.
You see what I mean about this guy?
What's wrong?
You see what I
That
mean?
was his name.
Bournemouth? I think he can start at Bournemouth.
No, he's
Who
not
plays
better.
up front?
He's not better.
Thomas Solanke?
Yeah, he's not better.
Nah, he's not better than
Coutinho,
Thomas.
Nate.
No.
Oh, no, what's the other striker?
Kiefer Moore.
Come on.
He's that
You
good
know
as
that.
Kiefer Moore.
Yeah,
He's that
he's
better
better
than
than
Kiefer Moore.
Yes, he is better than Kiefer Moore.
Kiefer Moore is more of a threat in the box than
He's not a threat. He's a tall guy who is not good aerially.
flimsy,
He's
you know.
weak.
He's
weak.
He cannot win anything in
He's
the air.
crazy.
And you are 6'6".
He's crazy. He's like 6'6", getting barged off for like 5'8" guys. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
He's losing every single aerial duel. It's nuts.
It's crazy because he played for a physical Burnley team.
Yeah.
Look, the
Was
business.
it 2 and 20?
No.
Oh, yeah.
The
Was he
Bur-
2 and 20?
What did he do for Burnley?
Yeah, he done
goals,
nothing.
I think.
They
He
hate
Scored
him.
like one goal.
No, but you know what it was with him? He always looked like threatening
Busy.
for Burnley. So, did he give you lot the business?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny? I said in the Mugger pod, the only
why you not signed
defender.
him, innit?
No. I said in the Mugger pod, like, the defender he'd be good against is like,
Maguire.
Weghorst is a sort of striker Maguire would want to go up against. There's someone sent a clip of him cooking Maguire.
I remember that game.
Because he did the little one
and then he cooked him. Maguire's a joker, man. But what were you gonna say, Elijah?
But I mean, Weghorst is like he's just not a striker. Like I said I said the other day, if he played under Howe, it would be him, Joe Linton, and Longstaff
In midfield.
In midfield, there's no threat. Like
There's none.
Absolutely nothing.
I
Like
don't think Howe would play him in midfield.
I don't think how we play.
You know what? Because Saeed, he keeps banging on about how he's such a good 10, and I don't understand.
He's not. Do you know what? His first, you know what?
Weghorst, I'm like-
You know what? His first game, which was
Leeds.
he played in the 10, and obviously Leeds, but he was knitting stuff. And we're like, hold on, what does Ten Hag know? But then we saw him in other games, like, never mind. He doesn't know anything.
no.
any capabilities to be a good 10 whatsoever. When you look at the good 10s around in
Mate.
World Cup, he's nowhere near.
No, you're like-
100%. There was one passage of play in the
United have
first
got about
half.
three
Yeah?
three better 10s than Weghorst.
He's got better 10s in the academy.
And there was one passage of play in the first half. He gets I can't remember who played in the pass. Garnacho's made a really good
Yeah.
run. It's an easy
Oh
pass.
my God! I wanted to. Oh my God! He turned around. He turned around. He turned around. That's a DM.
That's a Ten Hag
That's
is
a
cooking
DM.
pot
A tempo.
noodle here.
That's a
That's a
tempo setter. That's a no risk. I want my part.
I said earlier, it's literally like putting Perma as a up front. I mean, that's what it reminds me of.
It is so he's so bad.
It's mad.
It's so bad. Like
It's mad.
Like the fact of the matter is he was brought in as a backup striker and he's been so bad. He's been moved about where just to like fit in the team because we basically right now we have no players. So
Yeah.
he has to play.
Well,
Yeah, we don't even speak on the injuries, to be honest with you.
you lot have got Rashford, man.
Yeah, let's speak on Marcus. So that's 14 league goals for him now. I think the first time I can remember him scoring a couple of goals in the same game in a while. So it's always like 1-1. It's always a decisive goal as well. A couple of questions for you guys, I guess. Firstly,
Since Arsenal.
huh?
Since Arsenal actually.
Since Arsenal, yeah. Arsenal get battered everywhere they go. Arsenal get battered everywhere they go.
September 3rd.
Lewis, I'm going to come to you. What Rashford is doing now, so it's like he's going to be a 30-goal a season or comps attacker. Do you think that's sustainable for him?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I do think he's got the quality. He's got the talent. In the Man United team as it is now, I don't think so. Okay. But not to say that with improvements in your front line and midfield, I think if you you've got a player there that you need to really maximise the potential out of. And Rashford's always been a bit streaky. Like he'll have moments where we have seasons where he just don't do shit. But, I think he's definitely got the capabilities, and if you guys can build around him, why not?
So obviously you're a fan of Rashford. You've watched a previously top wide forward in Son fallen. When you watch Rashford now, what do you see? Like, when you've like, oh my gosh, my team has to go up against Rashford. How do you feel?
I think I was always with Marcus Rashford. You were always worried about him, in my opinion, as a player, because he's so strong. And I think in 1v1 situations, I think he's massively underrated, in my opinion. I think I do. I think he can go past his man. I remember a game you lot beat us 2-1 at Old Trafford, and he absolutely destroyed our right hand side.
That's when I knew he hated Mourinho. So
he's him. That's what I said. He's him.
Mate, he dismantled like Sissoko, Aurier. He put them in the blender like it was crazy. And I've always liked that part of Rashford, even though he can be a bit aimless. But what makes him even more dangerous now is like now you're getting chances and you are being decisive. Like before, he was even this season he's missed quite a lot of chances, but now you are being decisive. So you're telling me that you're gonna skin me, you're gonna skin my player to try and get into the box, and if you're the guy that's receiving the ball in the box, you're gonna put it away. So he's now a two-way threat type of player, and I feel like even though performances haven't been as fluent as he wants it to be in recent weeks, he is ultra decisive, and I think that is the dangerous part of Rashford that we've not really seen as consistently as he has done this season. So it's problematic.
Interesting. So Elijah, the conversations from what we've seen, obviously we're not in the room. Do you think there's been a conversation with Ten Hag around him focusing on those final actions, like finishing? Maybe the final decisive pass in comparison to maybe picking it up a bit deeper and doing a bit more of that one-on-one stuff. For me, his one-on-one play can be hit and miss, actually. When it's on, he's on. But when he's bad, he's really bad. Do you think there's been a conversation maybe around him being more decisive? And do you think that's probably why we saw a bit... Because there's no other attacker who's really fast apart from Garnacho. Yeah. And when Garnacho's in, it pushes up this pitch and it creates so much space, which Rashford is then able to play with. So what do you think the conversation's been around getting the best out of Marcus Rashford?
I think with what I've seen of Rashford this season, I think it's been very... Like, the thing is with Rashford, he's always said he wants to be this complete attacker where he's able to do everything. But the problem is that he's not really had a coach who's worked on him with his weaknesses, which were his weak foot and his heading. And this season we've seen he's been scoring goals with his weak foot and he's scoring goals with his head. And also there's been goals against Man City, Crystal Palace, where he's in the centre of the box and he's
scored that a few times.
He's putting away. So now he's working on his weaknesses. Is now he can get goals in so many different ways. He can do what he done against Nottingham Forest, where he's just taking the pass plays and just shoot and just scoring. Or he's scoring from range. He's always been able to do that, but now he's able to get goals in so many different ways. So now he's harder to stop. So I feel like that's been so important. People have been crediting Benny McCarthy in terms of working with his aerial ability, which is good, but like I think he scored 3 headed goals in the Premier League this season, which is the same amount that he scored previously
all the years before. Yeah.
So I mean, he's just an all-round threat, and that's the good thing. And I feel like he's still... The reason why I still prefer him on the left is that I don't want to limit his game, because
you like him having the game in front of him.
Yeah. So like you even saw today, like up front, he was out the game. Like
you're waiting on service.
Yeah. So, but with Rashford, because he's able to do so many things, you want him involved in the game, because that is a threat that you don't want to face. If he's up front and out of it, that's like, okay, you know where he is. Like more time, he's got to run in behind. And if you just catch him offside or keep it tight, he's not really worried. If he's out on the left, he can do so many things to you. So I feel like it's really good second half that he moved him out left. And to be fair, he's done that a few times this season. Even versus Liverpool, when he played up front, he was decent. He went to the left, caused mayhem, got the winning goal. So I feel like it's been a conversation of just working on his weaknesses, and then for me, the most important thing was just getting his confidence up, because like last year he just
and you lot were talking about at the start when I was saying I wanted him to go. It's like he clearly doesn't enjoy being here.
Yeah.
Just the toxicity in this club is not going to go anywhere. It was almost out of pity for him. Like, what's going to happen to Marcus Rashford? Your head's like down. Like you didn't enjoy playing football.
And when at PSG, they were interested in him.
Yeah,
because the thing is, you knew there was a good player there, and it just felt like for whatever reason, it's just not working there. So change of scenery might do you.
But
it would have.
But it was like the confidence. I've never seen like a player like where like he like even on the pitch like it's like he didn't want to be there.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So insane. Like
it was crazy.
Everything was just lost. Like it was like I was seeing a totally different player that I've just never seen before. Like even if Rashford has been bad or we played in bad teams, he's always done something.
Yeah,
last
he
season
could rate himself.
Last year was just nothing. So it was just like it's important just to get his confidence. I think Ten Hag said the other day, the first thing he said to Rashford is that I want to see you smile, and that is all he's doing.
What do you not think of the job? Oh, go on, Tobs.
No, I was gonna say I was actually gonna talk on Ten Hag as well, because I feel like when you look at his track record with like attacking options in recent years, he's been able to sort of take players that haven't really been, obviously people say it's the Eredivisie, but he's been able to sort of like amplify their game, right? You saw it with Sebastian Haller, you saw it with Tadic as well. So I feel like Ten Hag going to Man United, I feel like he has to get a huge amount of credit for unearthing what looks like the best ever version of Rashford that we've seen from Man United. He has to get credit for that. He has to.
He does, but I think he's also not joined at the right time, because like Elijah said, he was down in the pits, but he's 25 now. So this is, if there was any period for him to like go on his run, it's now, right? And this is where like we drew with Barca, but for the second goal, he decided to go short with whoever was taking it. Like, just give me the ball. Like, I'm cooking these guys. And he literally just took it, skinned the man, fizzed it, and then they scored their own goal. So he's now on the pitch, and he's doing stuff on the right-hand side. He's finishing on the right-hand side, like Elijah said, headers, left-footed finishes. He's taking guys on. Some games, like you said, they're not necessarily the best performances, but you know everybody on that pitch is waiting. When Marcus Rashford gets a chance, something is going to happen.
He's got that sense of inevitability.
Yes.
Remember Salah had that like a couple of years ago, where it was like, as soon as he gets a shot, like you think it's gonna, the good thing about these things, they always come to an end.
Well, I mean, 5 years and you won everything. You take that.
I was gonna say that though. I feel like the rate in which he's scoring now, literally scoring every game. I don't know if that's gonna be sustainable. But
what I want to know is 30 all comps a season. Is that the expectation? 25 to 30.
Yeah. I think
23 now. So
I think that should be the target. For a player at this stage of his development. I think it should be.
Yeah, because he's very goal focused as well. So he's like he's not a winger.
Yeah,
he's a forward.
Yeah,
he's not
talking the
come on. He's people saying, "Oh man, no, I don't have a centre forward." Come on, Rashford just centre forward. Come on, he's just centre forward.
No,
I think he's your forward.
Yes,
he's your forward.
He played across the forward line.
He's just chilling on the halfway line.
He's chilling on the halfway line. He can be on the right. He can be on the left. When Mancini was at City, I've mentioned this on the pod so many times, his cheat code, if after 60 minutes they weren't winning, he'd take off David Silva, put Yaya in the 10, go get a goal. Go get a goal first, bro. Do you know how peak that is, by the way? But that's what we do with, all right, we're going to give you some time to run around, spin around a bit, lay some layoffs, lose some aerial duels, and then if we still aren't winning, Rash just go up top and go and do something for us. We get Garnacho on against tired legs, and then you're able to push. So for me, the added dynamic of now having Sancho in there, who, like Elijah said, is a lot more confident, is doing things a lot quicker, is combining more. It's interesting now, because Sancho can now start to be the player we think, and he doesn't need to be amazing. He just needs to be good and consistent, make good decisions with the ball, execute well in the final third. That's a save where we don't have to go and get another attacker. We just need to have Rashford and another player or two who are reliable enough to share that scoring load, creativity load for us every single season, and we'll be all right, man. Because getting one of those at 70, 80 million in the market, and we spent a lot. on Sancho and Anthony. So we need
and Ahmad, who's chilling out.
We'll speak soon. Speak soon on that one.
I think before we go, I think the thing with Rashford also, what I like about him is that he's proper just grown up in the last year. He looks like a man.
I'm him.
No,
Himothy.
He's Himothy right now. He's him. No, because that's what I like.
And said he's him.
He's Himothy. But like the goal his first goal today, as soon as it's gone through, I'm this guy again. Do you know what I'm saying?
But
sorry.
Exit.
No, exit, my bad. So I was there from the beginning. I missed that part.
No. But to be fair, the reason why I thought that more is just because Ward was in goal. So I thought, man.
Ward was moving.
He gave him the north of Manchester.
Because I swear to God, the whole right side, I said,
When the one, and then the second one as well, he's still like stood upright. You know, like you see like Allison yesterday with a couple of 1-on-1s. He comes out, makes himself big.
Yeah.
You know. Wood was like standing like this.
Have you seen it?
It's bizarre. You know what?
Have you seen him? Like when the shot comes, he twists his whole body like that.
He's like, you don't want to be there.
You know what? You watch these keeping performances and you're like, maybe I should have tried to be a keeper when I was a kid. You know, I could have had a different life, fam. Because some of these guys are nicking a living.
Well, Liverpool got 12
Nicking.
I can't believe that.
That's when your juice was through the roof, man. Bro. Any connection to Liverpool and they're eating. Oh yeah, I went to Melwood the other day. All right, we'll give you $5 million. We'll give you $5 million for it.
$8 for Brewster. Yeah, add that.
I ain't heard that guy for a while.
Michael Edwards, he needs a knighthood. I don't care.
So
what he done at that club,
We'll never see his like again.
It's kind of crazy though that just to take it to like Leicester and West Ham, because we don't talk about West Ham. Like it's kind of crazy to see that, you know, that they're right down at the
West
bottom,
Ham went pretty big this summer, didn't they? They got
they did.
Paqueta, they got Skamaka.
Spent like 100.
Who else did they get?
They bought Emerson. Aguerd,
They got that the guy that played on the right.
They bought Flint Downs.
Bruv, I don't think he exists.
Downs is actually alright. I can't even. He's actually alright. I can't even lie.
Bore off, man.
He's actually alright. He's a bit cheeky, isn't he?
So what next for West Ham? I think they're not going to get rid of Moyes. I think he's earned enough equity, and I think they trust him
They
to
got
keep.
Cornet.
I think they trust it.
Yeah.
But he's got a health issue, isn't he?
Yeah.
They've got Emerson. They got Kera.
Emerson, yeah.
Kera.
I've never seen him play well, to be honest with you. So what do you like? Everton? Not like I'm assuming you guys watch West Ham week in week out, but I'm assuming they'll just about stay up, right?
They should stay up. I don't think they'll go down, but
They should.
But I was actually speaking to a West Ham.
You
fan.
love it? I don't know, you know.
The thing is,
because you can only say that for so long, and a team has to start winning games. They've got 19 goals this season.
Yeah, but to be fair,
the defensive.
They still play Antonio up front.
They got an
That's the
Ings.
downfall.
But they got
Ings, but Ings don't play, does he?
No,
he didn't start today.
He just came back from injury today, so like
Even Ings, I don't know if that's enough, man.
yeah, no. But the thing is, like, I feel like West Ham are in a weird position in terms of like they have Moyes, but the players that they brought in the summer, it was more progressive, and it's just like they're in a halfway house.
Is he just binged Skamaka off? Like,
No,
He's been injured.
Skamaka's been injured, but
or has he just binned West Ham off? Like,
but like
him and Paqueta are crazy, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
they were so impatient. Relax.
Yeah.
You didn't need to try
Why would you go
West Ham.
for Leon to West Ham? Like,
Fam.
I'm not saying Leon's amazing, but like
To be fair,
the
Lyon are like 10th in
Europe,
France.
but it's like he was having a jolly up in France.
yeah, but like Skamaka is like with him, it's just like he came in and the way he plays is like he's very like he loves to touch the ball a lot.
Yeah.
At West Ham,
Footballer.
You're
you're not gonna get that.
5 touches max.
Yeah, you're not
in
gonna
the
get
game.
We just want a better Antonio. If that's
the
what they
same with-
wanted, that's not who they
It's the
should have
same
got.
with Allaire when he was there as well. I know he was poor, but
Yeah.
like they have a thing of not playing. They don't play to a striker's strengths. They treat all their strikers like they're Antonio.
They should just
They
play
treat
him and
all their
Antonio up
strikers
front
like
together.
you're Antonio.
That's hilarious. Treat them all like they're Antonio.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
But like it's just but like also even their midfielders like if you have Rice and Paqueta, it's like that's not a really solid brace to like progress play with. And then
Yeah,
they're
but they
back
just
four.
chuck it long anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So like if you're gonna chuck it long, then you're gonna miss out per Paqueta. So what's the point? Like
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't make any sense.
He didn't do his market. He didn't do his due diligence before.
Do you think they showed him play? Do you think they showed him players? But yeah, I don't know. So I think they'll be fine. And Leicester, you've been on to Leicester for a few seasons now, brother.
No, just this year.
Leicester
You
ain't
weren't happy with them last year either, were
Leicester
you?
ain't going down. No chance.
I don't think they're going. I don't think they're going
I
down.
said after like 5 or 6 games this year, I said they're in trouble.
Yeah, I
Like,
think you did. But I feel like
I feel like they're better now.
Nah, they're not in
after
trouble.
the Jan win.
Yeah, they've definitely improved.
They-
They've definitely
I think they'll be fine.
Because
Yeah,
now,
I think they will be fine. But
Because-
they're only 3 points above the relegation zone,
crazy.
which is crazy.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
bro, but-
And considering that, like, in this league, like, I can't even say that because Nottingham Forest are taking points off of Man City and that, so I can't even say that. But Southampton beating Chelsea, you know, it's crazy.
but it's like with Leicester, it's like before the January window, I was like, this has been the same squad for like 8 seasons now. Like it looks like the same players, but now they've actually refreshed their back four. They've actually
they
got
have.
a back four
Leicester
now.
you talk about?
Yeah,
They
Leicester.
signed.
back four.
No, I don't think it is terrible.
Suter looks alright
I don't
today.
think it's
Defending
terrible.
against you lot today,
Yeah, that was poor. But that's
insane.
Fires can just.
I didn't even know that was. I didn't even know who that was. I thought it was Cianchu the whole game. I thought it was Cianchu until he got
You get paid to analyse football, you know.
It said fire.
You get paid to analyse football.
Sionchu hasn't played for them in Yonks.
No, because
I just assumed.
because he's going to Atletico Madrid.
Wow.
Sionchu.
Failing upwards.
literally.
Wow.
That's why.
Welcome to Lewis's world.
That's why Atletico was
played-
so. These days.
They played against us last week. They beat. Obviously, they battered us. But
Yeah.
I was
Was
actually
that
quite
deserved?
It was deserved. I was actually quite impressed with their left back, Christian. Christiansen. He looks like a good signing.
He's
for them.
good.
And Harry Suter looks decent.
Yeah.
So I think they've had no Johnny Evans for the majority of the season. Right. Sionchu stinks. Fires. Amate's awful, right? And Fires. The thing is, Fires. He's got his bozo gene is insane. But I've actually seen
he's got attributes, and he can have a stormer.
This is what I'm saying.
His stinkers.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Exactly.
Who that stink he had against Liverpool?
Bro, but that's what I'm saying. I've actually seen this guy, like, even the 6-2 against Spurs, I thought in the first half, I said, you're actually playing pretty well. And then you just descend into
Crumbled.
chaos in the second half. So.
Ah.
But it's just keeping Maddison fit. If they can keep Maddison fit and can continue playing Iheanacho, not starting a 60-year-old Jamie
Why
Vardy,
has Iheanacho not played
they'll
more?
be calm, man.
Because for some reason Rodgers hates him, and I need to
why?
find out why.
He missed that chance against Man City.
Oh, come on,
I swear to you, it's because of that.
Bro.
He missed that chance.
bro.
He missed that chance against Man City.
I swear to
Since
God,
then, Rodgers
no, I swear to God, they will be in trouble. He will wheel out Iheanacho. He'll get them out of trouble,
And then he'll put him back on the bench.
I do understand it to a degree though. Like the second half performance from Iheanacho, should say, was very frustrating.
No, but the
It's
thing
very
is,
frustrating.
that he's not.
And also, he's another one. Like his bozo gene is through the roof.
But the
as well.
thing is, it's not about Iheanacho
Like, he
being...
was through on goal today, and then
Oh yeah, but like the thing is that
not-
he's not like a proper number 9. He's more like a second striker.
I agree.
But
I
it's
agree.
just like playing Vardy or
The
Saka.
alternative is much worse, bro.
Yeah, so
The alternative
He
is much
should
worse.
be starting just off that basis.
should be
He
playing.
should definitely start. He should definitely start. I just
But even Tete as well, so that
Yeah,
he looks
Tete,
good. He
he
looks
he looks
good.
Leicester will be fine. West Ham are going down.
Wow. Okay.
I don't think they will go down, but some of them,
very
a lot.
definite.
I was speaking to a couple of the fans on the way back, and they're worried. You know,
Yeah,
like,
but
some of their
They
fans
should
are
be.
worried.
Where is the next win gonna come from? They can't win football games.
They were telling me they're like, because I was like, surely this team is too good to go down. They were like, oh well, we've went down with Canute in the side, the phone in the
They
side,
love that
Trevor
story,
Sinclair.
you know.
They say every time, they're like, fuck, we went down with the phone, Trevor Sinclair. That team was better than this one. I'm like,
I guess it was. I don't
But
know.
it's
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, we'll see.
They've won one game in like.
So you're saying
And that was against Lampard Everton.
Yeah.
So you're saying West Ham?
The
Yeah,
last
they're
game-
now
the last
safe.
game-
Everton, by the way, Daishi.
the last game they won before that was in October.
Wow. So you're saying Everton? Who else do you see going down this? Bournemouth, obviously.
Southampton
Southampton and Bournemouth.
and
Bournemouth will go down.
maybe
yeah.
Leeds. You know.
Bournemouth will go down.
yeah.
I think Leeds. I feel like Leeds are more at risk of going down than West Ham.
Have they appointed anyone?
No.
Not yet.
Just vibes and vibes FC. Listen, man, you've been a patient fella, Lewis. Arsenal, innit? You lot are doing you've let us talk about some other teams, but your time.
Talk about the peasant. We've talking about the peasants.
Yeah,
Now-
but your time has finally
Like to
come.
give
Listen,
everyone their shine. do you know what I mean?
good evening. 12:30 kickoff on Saturday. We know that's not
they tried
easy.
to mug us off
The,
with that.
the scoffing down that pasta at 9 a.m. like Rooney said, that ain't easy. You got a previous manager who's never lost to Arsenal come back. You've obviously lost to City. Rinky Dink Diamonds, they were saying midweek. Arsenal weren't really shining as much as people thought you were. Talk us through your lineup, the performance, what was obviously an emotional win at the end. Yeah, talk us through it, man.
Yeah, it was it was a tetchy affair, man. Like very people were very nervous.
People, as in you,
because it's been a tough couple weeks. Things haven't gone our way. The whole Brentford thing with the VAR. Then Man City, then the Man City performance in midweek, where I just think I think we bottled that game, to be honest. I was a bit upset with. I was a bit concerned after the game as well with some of the mentality, some of the heads that went down.
A lot of mistakes being made.
A lot of uncharacteristic mistakes. I think people were just trying too hard. They really wanted it. And in the end, even though I didn't think like I thought we were the better side in the first half and Man City were the better side in the second half. But I think Man City just had that know-how to win the game. Yeah. So this game was always going to be important because we had to bounce back. If we didn't bounce back, then the story is written.
Like I said, if Arsenal lose today, now they're officially in a mini crisis.
Yeah.
They don't win today, they're officially in a mini crisis.
And then what happens? We got 1-0 down in 5 minutes. Bleep, sorry. How do you we go 1-0 down in 5 minutes. It's like the worst possible start, right? And it's Ollie Watkins. I don't know. Ollie Watkins can't.
That's a great finish.
Like, where has he pulled that out from?
That's a great
finish. It's outrageous.
I have no idea, man.
That was
Great finish.
But then I feel like once we conceded, we settled. We got into our game again. We started playing football, and then we got the equaliser. Saka star boy, obviously.
Finish.
No, you know how it goes.
How does he
Don't
now?
ever do that again.
21.
You're a star man now. I think it's a bit. You did him a disservice.
Rashford's only just turned a man. So obviously, and then we got sucker punched again.
Yeah.
Did
you say sucker punched or soccer punched?
Sucker punched again.
No, but that second goal was like, it was weird because you just let Aston Villa play out the back.
I don't know what happened.
And it was just so like...
And their players are so poor at the back as well. Yeah. From Martinez to Concert, they're nasty at the back, man.
It was so uncharacteristic from us because normally we're bang on the press in. And
exactly.
I think we're having a few teething issues with our setup at the moment with Jorginho.
Okay.
Defensively.
Okay.
I think we're so used to having and I think it hampered us against Man City as well. Our record with Partey not in a team is that's the first game we've won without Partey since probably the beginning of this season. I think we beat who did we beat with
Fulham.
Was it Fulham?
2-1.
Yeah.
But have you also seen the games he's missed? It's all like the top 6.
No, it's not. It's everyone.
No,
that was a select. It's everyone.
But he's missed a decent amount of getting to top 6
he's
as
dunked on
well.
all the top 6 as well. Don't you worry about. Yeah, absolutely everyone.
Okay. When did you dunk on City?
The game at the Emirates last year.
Oh, that fucking.
Oh yeah, that
game.
amazing 2-1 loss.
Oh my gosh, is that what you're talking about?
That infamous game.
You know how ridiculous that game was?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
anyway, let's talk Villa. Let's talk Villa. Let's talk Villa. Let's talk Villa.
That's the only one that game after we went down to 10 men.
Let's talk Villa.
Anyway, like I said, Partey's a massive miss for us.
Yeah.
So I think we're suffering a bit of teething issues with our defensive structure with Jorginho in the team because he just can't cover the ground. Partey, he can't. He's just not.
Well, we know what he is.
Yeah, he is. He's not that guy in it, right? So yeah, the goal happens. We go 2-1 down again, but then second half, we just I don't know what was said at half time. We just came out
let's go, guys.
Go, guys, yeah. And we just absolutely blamed them.
Yeah. Do you know what is? I think Arteta said after the game that he said he had no idea what the players were doing in the first half. Like they actually weren't playing the game. So second half, just told them, "Do you really want to win this game and play our game?" And to be fair, like the whole game for me, Villa were actually quite poor in terms of.
They're not a very good team.
But the amount of gaps, but I also felt like he went so attacking because like he
I was just gonna say this.
He played Coutinho, Bendia, Watkins, and then who was right again, McGinn. But I'm like, Coutinho's not going to track back on that side, and you need like if you're facing Arsenal, you're going to be the underdog. You're going to need the energy to track back.
100.
So it was just weird, and also we're just playing Watkins, and like there's no Bailey there, that's your one outlet, and that's it.
Yeah.
You can't diversify it. And then, like, even when the other one came on, like, what's his name? Duran. That guy is not 19, by the way. He is not 19.
Duran.
He is not. That guy.
Different crowd, bro.
That guy cannot. That guy cannot be 19 years born in 2003.
He's a big kid, man.
Yeah.
See them are different out there. So.
But no, like Villa for me. But you know what? It was an impressive win for Arsenal in terms of just to get the win over the line. Because even like a 2-2, it's like
that would have felt like a loss. You would have been coming to a different pod, my guy.
100.
Do you think I'll be here? I always keep to my commitment.
They had they had Arsenal. To be fair to
Morayo,
Arsenal,
sprinkles come back to life.
that's nasty. That's the nastiest thing you said in years.
to be fair, they had bucket loads of chances in the second half, man. And
Odegaard, that one he missed. Oh my word!
I couldn't believe that.
Eddie missed.
It was hard.
Eddie.
The Odegaard one, it was harder to miss.
Yeah.
It was harder to miss. I couldn't believe it.
I mean, Odegaard was saved, like rescued. Really.
Yeah.
He was really good in the second half.
He was good.
Really
He
good
was
second
good.
half, really
He
good
was
second
good,
half.
but that miss was
First half was
unforgivable.
crazy.
Unforgivable.
I didn't really get why. Like, the thing is, obviously, it's easier said than done, right? Because it's quite hard to stop Arsenal creating chances.
Yeah.
But I felt like Unai Emery, when I look at what an Unai Emery team are good at doing, I felt like Aston Villa made the game too open for Arsenal.
Yeah.
And when you make the game open, there's only
gonna
going
get
to be one
spazzed
winner.
on. Yeah,
There's only going to be one winner.
He said in his post-match afterwards, though, he was just sort of like, "This isn't what we trained to do."
No. So, but the thing is, what he said he trained to do was to be more progressive, and I'm like, really? Against Arsenal, you want to be more progressive? And
Stifle them, bro, and then hit on the break.
No. But the thing is, he was even annoyed about the time we were wasting as well. Like he was really annoyed about that. Saying,
And he was annoyed that Martinez went up for the corner at the end as well. Yeah.
Martina did that. Like it's Arsenal. I've got to try and get it back in blood.
The way
Idiot,
the way that guy plays against Arsenal, it's like his whole head on the line.
goes like, bro. It's all right, man. You've done well. Like, just leave it, bro. Just leave it.
But
He's got a real chip on his shoulder.
Do you know what? I think the point you made about them being so passive and it's interesting. Unai Emery saying that progressive. I think kind of where they were situated, how deep they were, how aggressive they were, is maybe what he was thinking about because there wasn't enough. They weren't up in amongst them as well. What do you guys think of Douglas Luiz?
that guy,
I think he's okay.
When he is on it, that guy can have a stormer, but he's so inconsistent. Like, and also like his pass selection can be a bit iffy.
Yeah,
he tried.
The pass selection was what did it with me. I was a bit baffled at some of his decision making, man.
He tries a bit too much in areas that he shouldn't. But like I think like the other day he actually played well, but he had to get brought off early because he was on the yellow card. And also he's South American, so he headless. So, but I feel like it's weird because I feel like if Villa set up a bit, it might have been a more difficult game for Arsenal, but just based on that second half, they definitely
the second half
different
was
class.
It did feel like
It was chalk and
I
cheese,
never
bro.
felt like we were. It was definitely coming.
Yeah.
Because we were
You
missing
can't-
so many
yeah, you
chances,
can't.
but it did feel like
It's a matter of time.
It was a matter of time, kind of. But
And the thing is the chances didn't stop. Like,
Yeah.
you would think the chances just kept coming and coming and coming.
Nah,
And I'm like,
And it's like
Pause.
I don't know.
I'm just throwing it out there, man. I'm throwing it out there. You're doing too much. Now you're just doing too
you know,
much.
absolutely crazy. You're crazy, man. You're crazy.
That's actually the fifth time now.
You're crazy.
So Jorginho, obviously, he doesn't get the goal. It's an own goal from Martinez. And you mentioned how the team kind of struggled adjusting to the differences in the physical capabilities of Jorginho versus Partey. But I'd like you to talk about what has he brought to the team? What's the difference? Because when you guys signed him, it was Marmite. Some people, Jorginho. And then you got Dan Soff, you won the Ballon d'Or. Like, come on, like, you better get it right. So what has he brought to the team?
Just went to two very big extremes.
Yes.
And the
middle's
reality
probably
is
true.
Jorginho is very much in the middle of those two extremes. Everyone knows what he's good at.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what he's not good at.
Yeah.
And the parts that he is good at is what I'm most interested in is, his ability on the ball. I think he showed that, he came up with a few really lovely passes. Like he's just a lock picker.
Yeah.
There
was a pass for Saka where he
Saka
just slid in.
Yeah, there was another one
That was
as well
such a good
where
pass.
Saka had like the one-on-one as well. He just fizzed it through into Odegaard turned it around the corner.
And
his weight of pass,
the clip one into Ben White as well.
His weight of pass, how he sees the game, is cerebral. It's crazy.
I can't stand him.
How he sees the game, how he reads the game, how he sees the game, how he reads the game, how he plays in the first phase.
Yeah,
top.
But like even like defensively,
he's still for what?
Joe,
interceptions are crazy.
Bro, like the thing is,
his reading of the game.
Are we
is
really gonna do this?
No.
Jorginho prop, yeah.
No. But the thing is,
What's your issue with him?
like,
I don't like him.
Why?
Finish and then.
but the thing is, like with him is that like in terms of stats, his ball winning ability is crazy. The problem is he just can't cover the ground. So it's so easy to get around him. But if he's actually in the vicinity,
he's getting it.
He's really good at it.
Him and Partey will do well together.
No. Because what are you gonna do?
There's no depth in terms of.
We play single pivot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you either play in Partey in the 8, which what's the point? I mean, you don't really want to deviate from what's working.
That's AFCON.
And then you have to go Jorginho.
AFCON, he's a 10.
It's very AFCON, bro.
Yeah, or you play Jorginho in the 8, and ain't no one trying to see that.
Yeah.
I'm just remembering that's what we used to do for Mikel, innit?
Yeah.
Number 10.
He's a 6 at Chelsea. He's a 10. He's a 10.
The AFCON, bro. So
Everyone goes one position.
Yeah. Goalkeeper's a 10 back.
But yeah, I don't see it working together. But maybe Arteta can tweak things around and play a double pivot. There's certainly going to be games where we could do with both of them. Jack has been terrible.
He's fallen off a cliff, isn't
he?
So maybe we need a change. He's fallen off a cliff.
But I was saying to someone earlier, like even if you bring in Jorginho for part, I feel like that's just very like flat in terms of your midfield. Like there's no one that can create like disorganization with their runs that Jack has been doing this season. Yeah, but I don't know.
But maybe you just you play rather than having Marcelli as a touch-type winger. Maybe it brings I don't know. Maybe
Trossard was poor yesterday.
He was, but the issue is that we're having right now, and I'm convinced it's this is the lack of Gabby Jesus.
Yeah, do you know why? It's because he drifts to that left-hand side.
Eddie don't want any business in wide areas, boy. He's just give me the post. Like that guy, just the vicinity of the penalty. That's it. And it's no coincidence. Jacques has fallen off a cliff. Marcelli's struggled. Trossard struggled yesterday. So we probably need I can't wait for Gabby to come back.
How long before he comes back?
Probably
how many man?
Probably next month.
You may as well list the entire Arsenal team.
Yeah.
Gabriel,
it's crazy.
Oh, we need him,
bro. It's crazy,
so this
man.
player can play well.
I just want to see it. I just want to see it.
That was like a DM.
I'm talking from the perspective.
Yeah.
These guys, bro. We can't win the title without them.
Martinelli can't eat without Jesus. Xhaka can't eat without Jesus. Trossard can't eat without Jesus.
Remember the generational conversation with Chelsea?
Listen, Jesus got
we're not eating, we're not eating.
He's starving himself so everyone else can eat.
He did everybody else. I hear it, man.
The masses.
A philanthropist. Yeah. I hear it.
That guy's underperformance on XG every season is
crazy.
So crazy.
You know what's crazy as well is Eddie has now the same level of underperformance on his XG as Gabby is this season. Literally, neither of them can hit a bundle of a bus.
Surprising.
That must have come in the last 2 or 3 matches.
Yeah. Eddie's missed some good.
But they're both underperforming the XG by 4 or 5 goals.
Wow. Yeah.
5 goals in Nketiah.
It's crazy.
Nketiah's in the room.
I think his XG is his XG is 8.5, and he scored 4 gols.
Jeez.
So, wow,
yeah,
interesting.
He's missing a lot of chance.
So
every single game recently,
he's missing a big chance. And okay, so that's Eddie. How do you think he's done in this period?
He's done okay. Don't get me wrong. I thought his the game against the last few have been his worst. Maybe he could do with a period out. He's never played.
They ain't played this much.
He ain't played this much.
Was that one full game a week?
Yeah, but he's never
at Prem level.
He's never been a starting level striker for anyone.
Like you've been here before. No, I haven't.
Also, the strain of the situation as well.
Yeah, it's the pressure.
Not only are you coming in, you're not starting for fucking Spurs or Man United. You know what I'm saying?
Why did you have to do
starting
this?
for Arsenal in a title winning in the title challenging campaign, right?
Shot in it. Why not?
But you just said that United are in the title race, so
I never said you are.
All right.
So
cool.
did you win your back and forth with Anton then? About Nketiah when you play Southampton and you said that he's not good enough to start. Then
I never said he's not good enough to start. I said I want to play my strongest team for the Southampton game because we need to win. And he was like, no, Andy's got enough time. It's like, okay.
Nicki Minaj.
I said play him against Nottingham Forest instead.
Okay,
because that's an easier game.
Yeah, fair
if you
enough.
want to rotate for that game, and then Anton does what he does.
Yeah.
You know, what do you say? Cucurella gate. You know.
Cucurella gate is crazy.
That's crazy.
Where's your head at now with the title race?
Well,
Obviously, City drew yesterday.
I mean, that was just like
That's a mad result.
yeah, like this is like if they played that game, if they played that game 1,000 times, they win it 999.
And the chances they missed as
Yeah.
well.
Foden, Haaland, and
Yeah.
De Bruyne. De Bruyne shooting on Saturday.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I think they got complacent.
No,
I think they got
no,
complacent.
do you know what? It
man.
wasn't even that. They were just like their finishing was terrible.
Terrible, yeah. I think they
like,
created the chances.
They created the shot. Like honestly, the Foden one was the
That was bizarre. What was he thinking?
He was caught in 2 minds of web to pop. Bro, just
Why
pull
didn't he
the
just?
fuck-
Why didn't he just go for goal?
No, but that's why I'm saying complacency, man.
I don't think it was complete. He hasn't started for a while.
Yeah, he hasn't started for a while.
I don't know. The Haaland one.
he's a good-
Haaland finishes that.
I didn't
almost,
get that though, but because Foden is actually a good finisher.
Yeah, I know, but
He was trying to be too cute.
yeah,
He was trying to be too cute, but he had way more than enough chances. But
Yeah.
yeah, Lewis, how are you feeling? Obviously, every single week, this is gonna. I think it's gonna be every week is gonna be mano and mano. Then you guys have to play each other at the Etihad. But how are you feeling that you're setting yourself up for this title race?
I mean, before yesterday, I was kind of close to saying it's just done.
really.
Wow.
Yeah, because
Arsenal
my
So early, you lot are crazy.
You've been
man.
here,
I think
bro.
momentum is a big thing, man.
Like you've been there.
I think momentum is a big. And the reason
So you've
is
got
the
all this way
backstage
to
issue.
February to get yourself
No.
right next to them, and then you say
Let me
one
explain.
loss.
Let me explain.
Let me explain.
Let me explain.
cool.
The momentum is a big thing, right? And Man City can take the title away from you before you even know it. And we're going for a period where our best centre midfielder is out. Our best
How long
striker
is he out for?
I don't know. When
They're not saying, are they?
No, don't know.
What do they know?
Hopefully he's back next game, but we don't know, right? Best centre midfielder out, best forward out, right? For the foreseeable future, right? We don't know when they're going to be back. We haven't won yesterday. If we didn't win yesterday, we wouldn't have won for 4 games. Yeah, and we're all expecting Man City to beat Forest. So it gets to a point where you're thinking, well, and then you're looking at Man City's fixture as well. They've got like Bournemouth next week or something like that. They've got a run where they could go and win 4 or 5 games in a row.
But so do you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Oh,
went-
jeez, Rick.
I went feeling that way before the game. Like,
How? I'm looking at the team.
No,
the
like-
teams you're playing.
No,
next.
but I feel like Arsenal, their heads just went after they lost the City game.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah,
now
because
it's
it
over.
was but it was a compounding effect though. It was the Everton loss. It's the Brentford draw. I could take the City defeat
If you'd had 2 wins prior.
If we had 2 wins prior, or even if we beat Brentford.
Yeah.
I could have taken it.
But like the wheels are coming off.
Yeah, of course it does.
Yeah.
And then you go 1-0 down against Villa, and it's like,
But,
Yeah.
But still, like, even me, I was just looking at it, like, the run of games you have is like, you're going to pick up points. You'll be fine in that sense. It's just a tough period. Because you have to realize you got 50 points from 19 games.
That's crazy.
got a buffer.
You dropped 7
That's
points
crazy.
out of 57. Like, that's crazy.
That's ridiculous.
Like, this period
it's not sustainable.
is fine.
It's
Like,
normal.
It's actually
Yeah.
fine. And
Yeah.
Even City had that period, and that's why they've had to play catch up.
Yeah.
exactly.
But it don't feel normal.
And they haven't caught up to you
You know,
yet.
it doesn't feel normal when you're
in it. Of course.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course.
yeah,
But it's actually just funny looking from the outside in because I woke up Thursday morning and I'm thinking, the house isn't burning. Like 100%.
This is what I had to say. This is what I was saying earlier, a couple of days back. It's like now it's actually started. Do you get what I'm saying?
Now
You're
it's real.
Now
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
real. So all the Man City loss, as much of a hater I am when it comes to Arsenal, all the Man City loss just confirmed is now you are in a race because I felt like it's been going too well for Arsenal.
Yeah.
It's been going too well. You had a buffer. Now there's no. Now it's actually you're right in the thick
Now
of
it's
it.
every game,
now
gotta win it.
It's between now to the end of the season. This is what you built up 50 points for, right?
Yeah.
You built 50 points up to be in this position. So now be in this position and take the good and take the bad. And that was the bad.
That's crazy. That's a great little speech there from a man who's never seen his team win a title.
It's crazy.
But it's
Not-
brilliant though.
I mean,
I respect
barely been it.
Clipping that up, brother, yeah?
Race as well.
why is beyond your years? You know?
I'm just making, you see it, I'm taking, bruv, it's fine.
What does he know?
fine.
Move, man. He supports Spurs, man. Man threatening me, you know.
It's fine, like,
See my team. You got to see my team.
Next Sunday, you know who I'm supporting. Next Sunday, you know who I'm supporting, innit? Cool.
How are you guys feeling about like the race though? Like,
I'm jealous, man.
but like, how do you see it? Like,
I can't call it, man.
Really?
I can't. Like, I know that yes, history and precedent says that it should be City, but
City aren't good.
they aren't as good as them. This is the weakest City team that we've seen in the last five. In the the weakest City team that we've seen, and I think it's just the nature of football. They're going to be more twists and turns.
100%.
All it means is a couple of key players to get injured for a few weeks, like you guys have, and they're completely different. It's not the best City team. A couple of players go out, and then they're even weaker than where they're already starting with. So we'll see, man. Honestly,
But the mad thing is, I even think that could help them because right now Pep is just galaxy braining the whole thing. Like,
what's it got Bernardo Silva doing, by the way?
left back again?
Midfield.
That was a banger, though.
Midfield.
No, it was a banger. But the thing is, he said in the first half versus Arsenal, I made a mistake. And then he goes and does it again against Forest. I'm like, brother.
But to be honest,
Pep does that.
Pep could have played
Galaxy
Pep
brain.
could have played 2-3-9 or 7 or whatever it is. They should be battering Nottingham Forest, bro.
No,
Like,
but
That isn't why they didn't beat him, but
Yeah.
it's interesting when he gets all nebulous with it, and it's like after
Yeah,
when
he's a tinkerer.
when obviously the allegations and stuff have come out, and then I think the allegations are allegations, but we won't speak on them. And then the next. The next game, I saw just like their normal. This is their strongest team. I was like, yeah, this is it. They're ride out squad from now to the end of the season. I'm seeing Bernardo. I was like, 'cause I haven't watched them in a few weeks. Is Bernardo left back? What's going
Well,
on?
watch it. He kept on going to midfield and he tracking back to left back. He was sprinting back to left back. I'm like, "Fam, you got man.
Pep got working.
you are working.
Working.
bro, like I think there was a quote where Pep said, I have a few ridiculous ideas about
We know.
about who could play left back. Never in a million years would I guess Bernardo Silva.
Don't kill me. So yeah, for me, I'm really just seeing it week to week. Yeah, I think it's gonna go like this, but it's interesting to watch. Like it's genuinely interesting to watch. If I was an Arsenal fan, the tension's here, but like Tobs said, this is where you want to be. It's better to be in this every single week, and you're right there. You got something you're fighting for than watching other people, man.
Which is what we've been doing for the last.
Yeah, exactly. And
good-
then
it's
if
good
you
to
win,
see, though.
fantastic. What an achievement by Teta, because based on everything, you shouldn't be doing this. And if you lose, you're set up to a few more signings, and you should be around here. Like
Yeah, we're in a good place. We're in a good place. Like,
yeah. How badly do you want it?
Yeah, I want it.
You want it, yeah?
You want it? You like it, yeah?
Yeah.
It'll be amazing. It would be crazy.
Do you know what? I think it's getting to that stage for you guys now. Even I think the guys in your group who are they're like, come on, this ain't real.
Yeah,
like they're seeing this.
No one can.
They're seeing this real now. But you want something. You want something too much. You want it too much.
There's a select few in
Yeah.
that group.
That-
I can't have them having it.
But
I cannot have them getting their hands.
There's one
and
guy.
they know who
one guy.
they are.
There's one guy
couple
for
of them.
me.
I cannot have them getting their hands on this cup. No, it just can't happen.
Bro, that
they are
guy-
insufferable as it stands now.
that guy outside your door, just bro.
There's one guy I can't have him having it.
It cannot happen. Pep, you have the job. Do the job.
Look, I mean,
This is how it felt when it was Liverpool. That season they almost won it, and everyone's like, "Oh, I forgot what happened that season." Like, I forgot. Everyone like making up excuses of why it didn't matter. They lost it. Fucking boy, guys, Liverpool were almost champions, man, and then they won it.
and the next year they won it, but COVID didn't.
They say you still haven't done your parade, brother.
That's crazy. How can you win a title and have no parade? You're how happy I am.
Oh,
That's part about it.
yeah. So Ellis, speaking of Liverpool, like we spoke yesterday, 6 points off top 4. Like that's great for you, I guess. It doesn't feel like that though, right? No. But you won yesterday against Newcastle. Talk us through the lineup, your thoughts going into the game, the performance, and where your head's at now.
Yeah, so the lineup was Matip in for Van Dijk, same team, but Matip in for Van Dijk.
Other way around.
Sorry, Van Dijk in for Matip. He's just come back off an injury.
You say same team. I haven't watched you in a few weeks, so
Okay, so it was obviously Alisson in goal, Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Bajcetic, Fab, Hendo, Salah, Gakpo, and Nunes.
okay, strong.
Yeah, for
Is that your
what
best?
we have.
Is that your best team?
Strong. The midfield. Did you hear that midfield?
No, 4 relative
For what
to
we have
Liverpool.
relative to what we have now. Obviously, Thiago in for Bajcetic. Then
Yeah.
probably
Who's better?
obviously Thiago.
Hey,
Thiago,
streets are saying Thiago came out of that team and it's 2-2.
Pete are saying Thiago can only pass from a stationary position.
That is the
He's an
craziest
old
thing.
man.
That's the craziest thing I've heard, man.
I'm not even here to big anyone up. If you want,
Yeah,
big up Bajicic. He's 18. We bought him from Celta Vigo a couple of seasons ago. And
Okay.
He's come in and he's done very well. He looks like experienced beyond his years. He's like 8. Like I said, he's 18. He was a centre back. They moved him into play as a 6.
Centre back.
Yeah, he came as a centre back. They moved him to playing as a 6. Yeah, he shunned there. Then they thought, he thought, whatever. He played in an 8. He played in an 8. Really, really good player. Great technique, decent engine, weight of pass.
He does a lot in duels as well, which is good.
He loves a tackle as well.
he loves a tackle.
So yeah, man,
You've got one, yeah?
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I think so. Hopefully, man.
He's decent.
Yeah, man. So he's been a breath of fresh air. Gakpo is coming to his own.
So 2-2.
So
2-2, yeah?
So close to 007.
Yeah, man. he saw the tweets.
itching for it, man.
He saw the tweets, man. So obviously I'm going back off of the Monday game. So
Yeah.
obviously once he scored his goal, then the confidence just come
I don't know if it was this game on Saturday or the Monday game, but once he scored, he was getting in transition. He was carrying. It might be Monday. Yeah. I saw a bit of that.
As soon as he scored,
It's crazy.
It was mad.
Confidence is a crazy thing, man. Now he's carrying the ball. He's beating guys.
He twisted twisted man on the halfway line. He's beating man. The man are trying to kick him down. He's standing up.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's looking a bit more confidence. Nunes, I don't know.
Just the experience. Just the experience.
He's a 90-minute of just whatever you want.
He's just
Darwin the situation Nunes,
mate,
man.
That's what he is.
I think he deserves credit for your last 2 games, to be honest.
He does. No, he does.
Yeah.
Like Salah's goal, the first goal, we've taken it on a counter attack, and the weight of pass, which was from what we've seen this season, so on Nunes, like it was perfect. You know what I'm saying? It was just a perfect weight of pass. So obviously we've come off the Monday game. Like I said in the group chat, I got the feels back in it.
Yeah. I bet you did.
He's one of the purest haters I've ever come across. He doesn't want anybody happy.
I respect it.
I.
So yeah, so we're going into the Newcastle game. Bear in mind, Newcastle, I think they haven't lost the game at home all season. So it will be a tough one, but they're not winning games.
Yeah.
They're not winning games. So I thought, cheeky point, I'm good at that.
Yeah.
I'm good at that. We carry on. Boom. I think Nunes scores in 5 minutes or 8?
it was 10 or something.
10 like that, man early, then we've got that goal, then we've got another one. So that's given us, the platform to go.
So did you see once the goal scored, the team performance improve, or was it a good performance?
Didn't look like it to me.
up until
Did
when
not
they
look
went
like
to
it to
10
me,
men,
boy.
fam, they started giving us the work.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
What did
That was
Pope do,
weird.
by the way? I actually haven't seen
That
it.
is the craziest thing I've
What-
ever seen in my life.
what
He's
is-
come out, and he tried to head it. Bro,
He tried to head it. He missed the header. And he's used his hands outside the box.
Why is he trying to head it
The
first?
decision to head it when you're basically
on the floor, it was
on the floor
insane.
is insane in
It
the
was
first
insane.
place. To then bear hug it like that, I'm like, come on, bro.
How far out was he?
He was
Way in the halfway line, bro.
bro.
Eddie Howe
Salah's coming to get it, and he's literally done
Bro,
this.
he's died. Eddie Howe come out and said it was a harsh decision. I'm like,
Bro, what?
Eddie Howe is.
Everyone is saying that. Should it be a red? Was he actually the last man?
If you start allowing shit like that, goalkeepers are gonna run amok, bro.
bro,
They're gonna start-
it was insane.
Edison, yeah, he's gonna go crazy, bro. He's gonna go crazy.
Wow. When was that? What minute was that in?
That was like the 27th minute.
Wow.
But after that, Newcastle were good,
Really?
you know?
Yeah, Newcastle.
Yeah.
But
They blamed them.
But it's weird. It's weird because even before that, they had a few chances. But it's like from what I saw on Monday and Saturday, it's like people have forgotten what Liverpool are. If you let them counter, they will destroy you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, 100%. What the hell are Everton and
But
Newcastle
I think
doing?
is that thing where Liverpool's been really poor this season.
I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
I know, but
That's their meat and drink. That's their meat and drink.
they've lost the respect, so they think Liverpool can be got at.
No, but I'm thinking Nunes and Salah on the wings. You don't want them countering, bro.
Yeah.
I think Nunes is probably quicker than Salah.
Yeah.
At this stage, for sure, yeah.
The thing is, but Salah's still quick. But
But I think even, at this stage, he definitely is.
yeah, he definitely is.
And I'm with Elijah because that's the one. Obviously, they've gone away from their goal scoring in recent weeks, right? But even when they were stumbling their way through matches beforehand, before the Van Dijk injury or whatever. The one thing you could say about Liverpool is they still look like they can create chances. Why? Because they have huge threats in transition. And for you to just basically just play to their strengths,
That's quite naive for the best defensive team in the league.
Bro.
Yeah,
It's
So
absolutely
mad, like
senseless.
just in transition, like before they got the centre, it was just like they just allowed Liverpool in transition, and that's the worst I've seen Newcastle defensively all season. It was just so weird. I just didn't understand it. But after that, like they actually played well. To be fair,
Obviously, big up Allison. He's probably say he's been
Like-
our best player.
like
But no, I feel far. It's too far. It's too far away. That
I don't get this thing, because we spoke about it with Aston Villa as well. Yeah, like obviously Liverpool suck in general.
You are toeing the line.
No.
It was the pause.
Bro,
Just
bro.
say what you have to say quickly.
You lot are doing this too much.
That's it. Liverpool suck.
You lot are doing this too much. You lot are doing this
Bro,
too much.
you're doing it.
Calm down. Get your mind. Calm down and get your mind out. What I'm saying is Liverpool aren't.
Wiping the phone from
Liverpool have not been a good side this season, but it's almost got to the point where with Newcastle, it's like
Underrated them.
don't be disrespectful.
Yeah, now you're underrating them.
Now you are just taking the piss, right? You are taking the piss, right?
Yeah.
Be sensible. Just be sensible in your approach, and you can see that there are gaps to exploit in this Liverpool team, and you saw it even against 10 men. But
that 2-0 was
but
too far, man.
it's like weird because even the two best players on the night were Saint Maximin and Allison, but Liverpool won 2-0 and they were down to 10 men for the. So even then, I'm thinking it wasn't really a good performance, but the game was just like done after like the red card.
I think Newcastle have gone a bit off the boil though. I know ASM did well, but don't you think like since he's come back into the team, I think Newcastle has started having some issues.
But don't you think they need? But you think
it's not
because they
just
can't score, they need that creative spark.
Yeah, like they need something because it's just like it's all well and good playing. To be fair, they've not had Rashford for the last 3 games.
That's probably their biggest.
There was no Bruno yesterday, no Willock.
No Willock.
Yeah,
How's Amram's gone off the boil a little bit too?
he scored against
Forget the
Bournemouth.
scoring. How's his
Purple
performances
streak,
been?
though, innit?
Yeah, but forget the goals. How's his performances been? Amaron recently.
No, he's not been good. He's not been good. But
reverting back to normal.
Elliot,
Okay, we're going there. Yeah.
Who is that? Man?
he's some youth player from Newcastle. He's decent. But
How's Gordon?
he came on and he was like decent, but obviously they had 10 men.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like to be fair, he played the chance to Wilson that he should have scored, but then they missed it. But like Newcastle now, it's just like teams are like, okay, you're good. We're gonna sit back.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like
Try to break us down.
and like they don't have
They're not
the
really
creative threats. Like
do it, yeah.
even like Trippier right back, he doesn't really get forward like that to actually create for them. So now it's just like they have to break teams down and they're not able to.
They're
do
not
it.
ready for that. Yeah.
One thing I've noticed about Newcastle is like from set pieces, they create like a large volume of their chances from set pieces.
They hit the bar yesterday.
Dan Burn is crazy from set pieces, and their delivery, like with Trippier and I think does Almiron take the other corners as well? I can't remember who takes it.
I think
But
it's Trips both.
their delivery, Trippier's delivery from set pieces is great. Their volume of chance created from set pieces
Must be
is
through the
it's
roof.
like I think it's the highest in the Premier
Yeah,
League.
because they have
the highest in the
world. Botman,
Yeah.
Burn, Joe Linton,
Yeah.
Willis,
Yeah, they're
Howe,
massive,
Longstaff,
And now they've got
Wilson,
Isaac, who's like 6'4".
Isaac as well. Like they've
whatever.
got a tall, big team.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, makes sense.
Team for the future.
What about Liverpool in the top 4 race then?
Yeah, we're there. I think we're
gonna get
Do
it?
you think you get top 4 at the expense of expense of who?
I don't think Tottenham have the consistency to go for. They ain't got enough.
But do you
in their
think
team.
you have the consistency?
If you pick up a we have.
I don't think you,
we have.
You got him.
I don't think you
No,
can
we
make-
have.
No. I don't think. Yeah, but there's literally no evidence to suggest that you have the consistency.
Man said you're just talking.
From this
Man, done talking.
season, yeah,
Man
this
said, are you done talking?
From this season, no, but obviously.
But how can we have to base on this?
Previous-
Man said
from-
you're just talking, Ellis.
Yeah, from previous
And I said
games.
know how, bro.
From previous games, haven't had a full squad of players.
Yeah,
that
but
we can
even
pick from.
okay,
Let him finish.
So previous game, but now we're starting to get a full squad. Jota's back, Firmino's back, Diaz is running again. Van Dijk-
God bless him.
Van Dijk-
But the thing is,
Van Dijk's back, so we've got a full crop of players that we can pick from.
no, I don't have any doubts that Liverpool will be
Right
much
there.
better, will be much better, and will be in the mix when, like, even now, with some of the players returning, Liverpool in the mix. But the reason why I'm hesitant to basically put it down to, once they get the players, it's just going to be a shoo-in, is because you've had some of these key players at large stages throughout the season, and you've still not looked good. You were not good at the start of the season when you had a majority of your team fit. You're still defending poorly. So I don't just expect that. Van Dijk comes back into this team and Liverpool are
it's not to say the
rosy
performance.
again.
It's not to say the performances will be like dramatic. I just think we've got enough know-how to pick up points.
No, it's not about know-how. Forget know-how. You should be top 4 should be the bare minimum with the caliber of players that you have.
Of course.
But what I'm saying
that's
is,
not what we're talking about.
Yeah,
What
but
you're asking me now.
But what I'm saying is, you're talking about consistency, right? I think the engine room of your team being your midfield and your defensive structure throughout the course of the season, I don't think it's been good enough for you to then say with chest that I feel like Liverpool can be consistent. I don't. I see this Liverpool team dropping more points between now and the end of the season.
Yeah, but I don't. But it's a fair point. But like,
It's going to happen.
the reason why I say it is
Again,
because
another eloquent summation. All right, man.
That's funny.
I ain't what you're saying, but
Ellis is in the worst position in the league, but he's the most confident person in the league.
no, it's crazy.
All our teams are above Ellis, but he's the most confident.
You know what? As well? I think halfway through Tobs' speech, he switched off.
You just like, fuck off, man.
It's crazy. It's not like no disrespect.
Two clean sheets, and their chest is out already.
Yeah, but I've seen my team. You know what I'm saying? Go on the run.
Last season.
This season. COVID season when we finish first.
But like, to be fair, I think like that season, I felt like you were out.
There was no chance, bro.
But then
you picked up from March to May. We picked up one.
Yeah, I remember that one.
So
you put out like 8 wins.
Oh, say we've been here before.
Literally.
Act like you've been here before. We've been here before.
Yeah,
We've
but
been there before, so.
Spurs been there before as well.
yeah, but they're not. They're
like-
Spurs, innit?
Like, but
Interesting. So what's
Chasing us
okay?
with
So this top 4 race is actually quite
hot.
It's
hot.
Like we have to be. Like, you know what's weird? We're in it, but we're like right.
You know what's crazy? You're not
You think we're not in the top 4 race?
You're like 14 points clear.
How clear are we with Liverpool? 14.
yeah.
Fair enough. Man.
I was even looking at you.
Sayonara, sucker.
I was never looking at you, man. I was never.
And then after that, you're like 8 points clear of Newcastle.
They're 7 points clear of Spurs.
Fair enough. Sorry.
Yeah, 7 points.
7 points clear of
Sorry,
Spurs. You lot are
Nah,
Our watch is real. Is that what you're telling me? Yeah.
No, but the thing is, I'm actually scared because like two games later,
bro.
2 games later, we might be dragged back in.
man.
And
Good.
you know,
You're
is
good,
this
you're good.
this top 4 race? It's
They ain't gonna win
like
games
previous
like that.
seasons where like all it takes is one team to have a poor 2 or 3 week spell, and the other team to pick up 2 wins in the spin. Bang.
And you're in it.
Liverpool were dead and buried.
Yeah.
A couple weeks back when they're getting
Boom,
pumped
boom. Yeah.
by Wolves. Now all of a sudden, bang.
You
2
said that.
wins.
You said that a bit too hearty. Like, calm down, brother.
And do you know what's crazy? Is that
I take pleasure. I take pleasure
everybody
listening to
needs
this.
to win every game, every week.
We haven't spoke about Chelsea.
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about. I haven't forgotten about Chelsea. Don't you worry.
I was
That's
gonna
where
say,
we're coming.
I think they're done.
No, they're finished.
Who watched them yesterday?
No.
I am not going to watch.
Are you
Chelsea
mad? You
again.
think I'm watching Chelsea against Southampton?
I am not watching.
What a waste of my 3 p.m.
I stopped watching Chelsea under Tuchel because the football is just awful.
But with the players they bought, are you not interested to see what Potter's cooking up?
No.
Wow.
What's he cooking right now?
What does he know? What does he know?
Jambalaya? Is that what he's cooking?
What?
Jambalaya is when you put all the...
He looks like someone who would make jambalaya. Like,
Nah, man, he looks like a ham and cheese.
What's that guy?
He looks
is
like a hippie
cooking
kind
in his
of,
pot. It smells nasty in
guy.
there.
Avocado and toast.
So obviously we don't have the context of the game and the performance yesterday itself, but obviously you remember when they first got him Tobs and he won his first few games and people were like, oh, look how much he's got the attack coming.
Yeah.
But they can't.
Yeah, they were saying it, and I remember the pod, and I was like, it's too much.
Yeah.
Because you battered
They won
a
like 4 or 5
managerless
games in a row,
Wolves
innit?
who couldn't score to save their lives. It's just like,
No.
They
but
beat
it's-
Milan 3-0.
But the thing is,
injury hit as well.
but the thing is, I watched that Wolves game. Wolves were actually decent that game, but
Mateus Nunes was running.
yeah, who's in the madness?
was running amok.
So I am really not sure what these guys are saying. But me personally, I mean, I watched Chelsea. Like the thing is, I watched them versus Palace and Liverpool, and then I thought, okay, he's trying to make them more into a Potter team with the way they were playing, like the shape and that. Then it comes to Fulham and just completely reverts to this normal 4-3-3 with Gallagher and Mount as bare cushion up next to
nasty.
Havertz. And I'm like, what's going on? And like, it just feels like the job feels just too big for him right now.
Do you think so?
He's
Yeah,
changed.
I
The
think
thing
so.
is, in recent weeks, he's obviously changed it to a 4-2-3-1. Right?
Yeah.
But my thing with Chelsea is how blunt they look in the final third. Like, it just, I don't know, and I can't even lie to you. When I actually saw that result yesterday, I actually gasped. Like I couldn't.
I didn't.
I know I did.
So what you said?
Yes, bro, I actually. Genuinely, I saw that result and I was like, oh my god! Like, I couldn't believe because I thought that was a
This guy
banker.
loves the game, boy.
No, bro, I thought that was a banker. Yeah, absolute banker.
We watched the
What
West
the
Ham
What
last
the
night.
Aka?
It was
Nah,
shocking.
I didn't bet.
He's like, I did bet this week.
But I'm like, Southampton, I read that they even said at Match of the Day, like, oh, 1 clean sheet and they lost like 28 appearances. And I watched the performance. I watched them
That's
against
crazy.
I watched them against Dortmund and I watched them against West Ham. Okay, you didn't win those games, but I thought if the performances, if you play that way
should
against
beat-
this
yeah.
Southampton team,
Bro,
you should win.
They scored 4 goals in 10 games.
Crazy.
But even against West Ham, they were a bit too.
But it
fast. They started well.
was a World Proud special though. What do you want them to do, man?
No, but Southampton actually had opportunities as well, bro.
But it's even
Oh,
worse
what? The
like-
game was actually they.
No,
Okay.
like you go out first half, Southampton were the better team. Second half, Chelsea had chances, whatever. But it's just like that's just pathetic as a Chelsea team to be like going toe
Life
to
and
toe
death with Sutton, bro.
With
At
a
home.
manager
with
less.
this
home.
Southampton team. I know about 5 of their players. The rest of them, they are regens. Like, come on, like this is like I saw that result and just thought, yeah, man,
They're
this-
finished.
Like the thing, they have two wins in 15.
That's
Did Havertz
ridiculous.
He came on.
Yeah, he started.
Okay,
That's
man.
2 wins in 15,
Bro, but this is the thing, yeah. Now, we saw it with Brighton the last 3 seasons where they would just go on a mad run.
Yeah.
Where, like, I think even in 2021, they had 2 wins in their first 18 games.
Yeah.
And it's like, now I'm thinking, people are saying, oh, that's just a mid-table team that's going to happen. Now I'm thinking, rah.
That's Potter.
That this might be him where he's just going to go in these runs where his team can't score goals.
That's crazy.
And, like,
That's crazy.
It must be a shoo-in to get sacked.
Because this
Like, next season, at least next
he
season. Put some money on that.
really needs to fix it.
That,
He
that
does.
that's crazy. And what stage does it have to get to where they just say, yeah, this is not our guy?
I don't think they
will.
can. I don't think they can
can't.
get to that
6-year
stage.
deal, bro.
The amount of money they've invested to get him out of Brighton, the backroom team that they've brought with him,
Yeah, they brought
the amount of
everything
money
with
that they're paying him, the amount of players that they've bought supposedly for him.
I don't think they
There's
bought the
no
players for him,
chance
though,
they're
did they?
pressing the abort button this season. Impossible.
They didn't buy the players for him, but they bought the players because they thought he could. Because as a young coach,
increase the
and
quality,
then,
yeah.
and then a young coach and a young team, and then also these are good technical type of players that he kind of likes. But I mean, to be fair, I don't think they will just because of pride, and I feel like they've just spent too much money. Like even like Tobs said, actually get him out of Brighton, it cost like 50 minutes. Then his backroom staff, head of recruitment. Now they got his head of recruitment from Brighton,
Mate.
and then his coaching staff, like his scout analyst, and then even to buy all these players again. I mean,
So, like, obviously they bought a lot of quality, but people mention they didn't buy number 9. They didn't buy a goal scorer.
Man.
Do you think that's
no,
Man,
because
F them.
because the thing is, even with that, they actually brought really good players.
they did?
So, but it's
They
like
did.
It's crazy.
the players where they brought those players in, they look worse. Like, to be fair, the midfield, Enzo looks good, but he can't do it all by himself.
Yeah.
And then out wide, Mudryk, life of a Mumashrik. Brother.
I'm hearing he's mayoring at the moment.
Yeah,
Brother.
poor guy,
But
man.
he looks.
Brother.
Listen, we'll give him time. We'll give him time.
War
We're gonna say it's a 100 million project.
Bruv, that Homelander 2.0, if he don't deliver, boy,
Wartime flashbacks, bro.
The other 100 million project.
I'm on his neck.
Who?
What's his name? Kai Havertz.
You could send a few players there, to be honest with you.
There's a lot of projects going on.
I was scared.
Meanwhile, Cho got taken off at half time again today.
That's crazy. I ain't heard his name. I ain't heard his name.
Bro.
I love Alexis, Cam Cassis.
Oh no!
Updates on Cho. Like 1 week is like he's got to be a player. I think I saw today. Nah,
Alexis's tweets are the
he's
best.
quality.
He's like, oh,
He's quality.
I don't like how they're scapegoating Kai Havertz. He didn't play today. Why are you scapegoating him? He created 2 chances. He coached. He had a really good game.
He coached a 2-0.
Bro, he is the Chelsea version of Tobs, man. I can't.
They love their team, boy. They love their team.
But, nah.
In the last 10 games, our XG has been. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched much of them. Like again, like you guys, I saw them at 3 p.m. I went to watch Ant-Man. You know, like I'm not trying to sit.
I went to watch Brighton versus Fulham because I saw Chelsea versus Southampton. I said, nah, man, never.
When's Kante back?
What? Yeah, never come
Oh
back.
my God, I forgot about him, you know?
Bro, because they were.
Has he signed a contract yet?
It's mad.
No. He's
Obviously, with them, with the amount of players they've signed, it's hard to feel any sort of sympathy for them. But they are still missing some key players, right? They didn't have Reece James. They've had no Kante all season. I think Thiago Silva. I don't think he played.
He
I don't
didn't
think
play.
he
Koulibaly got hooked at half time.
He did.
Oh yeah, for
he didn't play as well. So like,
No, Fofana got hooked at half time as well.
no, but I mean the other Fofana.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
so like
They have two.
I forgot.
They
I
have
even forgot
had.
they had Fofana.
He has actually had some like big players missing from his squad, but at the same time,
This is not. Yeah. 2 wins
the
in
run-
15.
I'm sorry, you do not need a star-studded. 99% fit team to beat
Yeah.
Southampton at home, to beat Fulham at home.
This is the
to
thing.
Work West Ham.
Like either of us, we could manage Chelsea Football Club tomorrow, right? We could probably manage it to the same record that Graham Potter has. Not to say we're a better manager or anything like that, but you don't need to have quality to win 2 wins.
So you're saying that he's that. You're saying he doesn't belong at this level, maybe.
No,
I don't know yet.
No,
The job.
I want to
no,
give him.
the thing is with me, I always said with Potter, he needs a step in between because there's a difference between.
But stepping between is risky though.
Yeah, no, but you have to
The step in
because
between rarely works.
no, but the thing is like, if he goes there, the thing is with him is like the pressure at Chelsea is crazy. It's
different,
like
bro.
it's
Proper Chelsea.
You have to win, and then like I said before, at Brighton, he was basically allowed to go months without winning the game.
100%. And
So-
people don't talk about this.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so he needed that a bit of pressure where even at like Everton, if you go 2
Well,
months
show up
without
to
winning
your
the game,
yard, man.
bro, they'll turn up to your house and say,
They're stopping you down the side.
exactly.
What's going on, kid?
What's good, lad? What's good, lad?
Bro, so
Where's your tell money?
Bill.
Where's your tell money? Man, you they've done hundreds of millions since. Bill, where's your tell money?
The thing is with them, yeah, like their run, it actually beggars belief how bad they've been. And when the window closed, I was getting like slammed by Chelsea. How dare you say that? Oh, the expectation should be top 4. Look at how I'm sorry. Newcastle, we just spoke about it. Newcastle have not won a game in 6 or 7 matches?
Really?
sometimes
Yeah.
like that.
Spurs prior to today had lost 3 of their last 5 Premier League matches.
Yeah.
Liverpool have got 2 wins, and all of a sudden they're back in the top 4
Yeah.
race. So the fact that this Chelsea team, with the players that they've added, starters, I'm not talking squaddies, they've added starters, right? And they are still nowhere near this race. It's
Crazy.
scary. It's a crazy indictment.
They should be in it by
They
default.
should be in it.
least, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
They have to get it. They have to get it. I'm sorry.
They can't get it. They're
No,
too
they
far
have
off
to
the
go.
pace.
But yeah,
They're too
you
far
know,
off the pace.
Of course we know they can't. But they must get it.
You know what's so interesting? And I think he tweeted it today. Dan Soft always makes this point that managers
That's
when
not even like football anymore.
No, he does.
Yes, he does.
He really does.
confirm he does.
But the thing that you said about the minute is that he's like, it's important for managers to go to that club where the expectation every week is to win.
Yeah.
That one loss and the tabloids are like, what's going on at Chelsea? You understand what I'm saying? And he hasn't had that. And now the media are asking him like,
Just the
when's the
Brighton Chronicle.
last time you got angry? Like, when's the last time you got angry? Like, you look too relaxed on the
But like you say that, like when I remember last season, I think it was last season, they hadn't won. Brighton hadn't won for a time.
Yeah.
And then the fans were booing. Then he's looking all perplexed, like, why is everyone booing? You know what I'm saying? He's comfy. He's comfy. Like, why you booing me, fam? Bro,
He's like-
you ain't won it for a time, but look, come on, chill.
But like it's mad because I remember they went on that winners run, then they'll just pop up with they popped up with 2 wins versus Arsenal.
They'll beat
Spurs,
somebody good and then, yeah.
like
You can't do that.
You
man.
can't
At this
do
level,
that.
At this
And
level,
like,
you can't do that.
Also, I don't understand as well. Since Sterling has
Sterling
come back,
has to start.
He's not started.
He's
And I know
clearly don't rate him.
but he has to play.
No, he
This
has
is
to
why
start.
he left Man City. He has to play. He's the
Well,
best attacker.
we were talking about this in the previous pod, and
has to play.
Shemi was like, felt we were being a bit disingenuous, but I guess we're just having a conversation because Sterling came for Tuchel and he came to be the main man, not like have equal minutes with Grealishes of this world. And he supposedly started pretty well under Tuchel. I think
He didn't.
I didn't think he did. I didn't think he did.
He was okay.
He was okay.
He was okay. Yeah.
He was okay, but it's like he was a main man under Tuchel. I don't think it was that. But now this is the problem at Chelsea, right? Now it's a new manager. Does he? I don't know. Obviously, Sterling's been injured and whatnot, but if he doesn't fancy him, what does
But
Sterling
can I ask
do?
you? But can I
Sterling
ask-
has to start.
He has to
But
play.
what does that mean?
No. He has to play.
But-
Mariah, he played Mason Mount as a left winger yesterday.
Bro, but if he doesn't want to
has to start.
but if he doesn't want to start him, you don't want to start him. Then he has to
But you have
start.
to look at the alternatives.
No. But
you have to look at the
thing is
alternatives.
with me, with the profiles that they have, they don't have like a goal-oriented player. Sterling has to play. He has to play. Like like that.
So when does that become negligence then? Like,
already
let's say he
is.
decides to not play him, like
It
I'm
already
saying.
is. It already is.
No. Now,
Genuinely, it already is.
I mean, he came back from injury recently, so I'm like, cool. But he has to play. Like Sterling has to be one of the first names on the team because
Facts.
out of everyone, he's someone that has a record of getting goals, and Chelsea can't get goals. So why is he not playing? Like you have to at least have one player there because you can't have Havertz and Mushrik and
Don't get it twisted that because he came on yesterday and he missed
missed a chance.
He missed chances,
But
but
he
there
got-
were some crazy clearances. Like one was off the line.
But
and
he got chances. That's the difference.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not
That's not
Havertz. Havertz is a.
Havertz is just
He's attacking with aura.
He created.
Now, do you know he has a
created
negative
some
impact?
chances.
Havertz has a negative impact on their goal scoring.
What do you mean?
What's the stats bomb?
what the plus and minus.
He has a,
Really?
He has a negative impact on them scoring a goal.
Yeah,
I prefer not to speak.
What was crazy because the game is so ruthless because at Potter at Brighton was everybody's darling.
Hey.
Can't wait to see what happens with him.
big
And
team,
now at Chelsea, guys want him to lose. People were like, oh, I think he did like when he was at Brighton, he did the thing where he was supporting the homeless. That sort of thing was like, if Abramovich was Chelsea manager, Graham Potter was representing the homeless man, sleeping outside, and he had like a rush. It was like, bro, the eyes are,
is 10 out of 10.
the fan base are up in arms.
Mate, when I tell you that they are on
arms.
edge, any little thing this guy does, they're getting. I'm seeing people micro-analyzing press conferences. No. Speak like you're proper Chelsea.
No. The worst thing I saw is that there was a scrap between Chelsea and Dortmund, and then someone said, "Why is he just standing there?"
It was a West Ham one. Like everyone was like, "Why are you not in the rest face for shouting? It was supposed to be a penalty." Like,
There was
bro.
and then
He went and put her outside, swinging with them man outside in the wheelchair, bro.
even there was one that had me in tears. So he did like an interview. I can't remember if it was with BT Sport, but he did an interview and he was sat in an awkward position. I think his legs were crossed, and I've lost count of the amount of times I've seen that photo. This is our manager. I can't believe this is our manager. I'm like, what the hell does that even mean,
Bro, they were doing fit checks of Tuchel versus
Fit
Park.
checks.
brother? I'm telling you, they are down bad.
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They are down bad.
What you said they must finish the top four.
They must.
But what is the genuine expectation for them this season?
They just
Top four.
need to they just need to know where
Win 2 games in a row. Just
At least win a game.
it's getting that
basic.
basic.
Score a goal. Score a
Score a
goal.
goal. Win a
It's
game.
getting that bit. Like, how many points they have? 29 or something?
31, I think.
Brother, 31.
31 points.
31 points, 23 goals scored.
Jesus.
23 goals scored.
23 games. It's 1 goal game.
That's crazy.
Leeds have outscored Chelsea.
We'll just have to keep an eye on that, man. He's not going
So that's Aston Villa.
he's not going anywhere anytime soon. They're new players, so they will still need time to gel. There are players to rejoin. We'll just have to keep our eye on that, man. It's crazy. I'm glad they're not in the mix this season, though. There's enough
It
going
could have
on.
happened to a nicer bunch. As I
Honestly,
said to Dan.
honestly.
He likes to bring that up from time to time.
Let's finish up with some listeners' questions. Oh wow, I think we've answered this one from Miles B93. How is it possible to spend 300 million Great British pounds on new players and not improve?
Well, you guys could probably answer that.
Yeah, you buy the wrong players. But they bought talent, though.
Yeah,
That was good.
That was you 2 seasons ago, so don't try that. Don't try that.
You still got a New Year's.
Pepe says hi. Pepe says hi.
Act like you've been here before.
Pepe says hi.
Like you've been there,
Don't
man.
try that.
What were you saying, Tobs?
brother.
I said Pepe says hi.
Yeah, but I think with United and with Arsenal in the past, it's been the identification of poor players. Chelsea have actually signed really good players.
Players
Are
that
we
Have they?
No,
Yes, they have. Yes,
Are
they
we
have.
being impatient?
No.
A bunch of new players who don't speak the same language, or a manager
It's
who's
not-
dropped
we
out.
don't care.
It's not that. It's
No,
not that.
We've seen Chelsea do this
When I
before.
see that money, the final amount announced on the ticker on Sky Sports, you have to deliver. Yes, you have to deliver. I'm sorry.
That's
I
when
don't
you're
care.
stealing players from, man, innit?
I don't care.
Like, man, we're running up. Yo, give me that.
Bro, I was so scared about Sir Babinci, you know. I was like,
Oi, they were like, what's his name from The Wire? Omar. Bowley's coming with a big shorty. Like, oh, get this deal done, quick, before
What player you talking about?
any player in that.
bro, you know the whistle.
Yeah.
Bits of last day, I was actually
coming.
scared. Bro.
Why? He's shit.
He's not shit.
He's not shit.
But in that January
He's
win,
not good though.
I think
like him.
Sabitz is good. Yeah.
I like him. He's decent.
he's decent. He would be for me. He's a
He's got kicking
squaddy.
people.
For me, he's a squaddy. But he's
Fred with a ponytail.
definitely way better than Fred.
Yeah.
But because of how ruthlessly they were moving, I'm seeing people like, oh, we need to get this deal done quick. Against Bowley, Bowley gets the sniff of it.
I bet your teams weren't even just in nothing.
They weren't.
They're just like-
Didn't even tell their wives.
And the thing, we talk about you lot, Modric, and not getting him, and I know some of your guys are like, oh, we should just bid it all if that's what we were going to spend. That's not how negotiation works.
And they'll just take it to the next level anyway.
That's not how negotiation works. So what I mean with the Modric deal, for example, is that you guys had your valuation, yeah? You've had to go past that valuation, but you're not going to go like 10 million past it or 20. We're going to incrementally increase this, hoping that eventually we give them a number. And then you have to go back and say, we think he's worth 80. They're asking for 90. No? Okay, 93. 96. And then Chelsea say, screw all that. We're not doing this. We're going to pay 100x million. So I get it. If it probably would have worked.
And probably like the large bulk of it up front.
Exactly. It probably would have worked if it wasn't for Chelsea, but that's how they had people like worried. Like, what do you think Bowley knows about Modric? Nothing.
He's on spaces.
They were just going around just yanking players.
Just
This is the
listening
man
to
that
Spaces.
tapping toes, the Chelsea version of
Told.
toes. This is Alexis.
Starring Alexis tweets like Eddie Mason Mount Slander, Bowley starring it, boy. Okay, cool. Prince Lightwell. Which player in the Prem do you think needs a trip to the mountains?
What does that mean?
Sancho.
Yeah, you go off to like train and just work on your
Has that
craft.
actually worked yet?
Yeah,
He's actually done well.
we had a whole segment talking about that.
I mean, all right. So this is the fruits of the labour, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so far he's looking
A
like
rubbish game against Leeds.
He wasn't rubbish against Leeds.
Oh my god,
He wasn't rubbish against Leeds.
he was poor.
He wasn't rubbish against
he wasn't rubbish against Leeds. I thought it was okay.
He was.
All right, well, I guess this is the standard then.
No, he just wasn't bad against Leeds.
Yeah.
This energy Louis giving me, it's
Yeah.
making me sick.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
If we're talking mountains,
Hey,
Fabinho.
listen,
Just
we used
Fabinho.
to have proper footballers.
Used to be a proper country,
Alright.
yeah? No, nah.
Jadon is not a proper footballer.
I mean,
Alright?
we'll see.
the last 2 months of Martinelli, I can't even say anything.
And he's still
He
a
has
million
not.
miles better than
He
Jadon Sancho.
has not been.
No,
this
he
past
He
2
is
months.
still a million miles better than Sancho.
He hasn't. Sancho actually can dribble without having to look at his feet. So that's a...
What's the point? You don't get past anyone.
Well, yeah, that's how I know you haven't been watching, because he hasn't been getting past players.
He
He got...
Martinelli is like top 10 in dribbles completed, and people dribble past. So, like, what are we saying?
What's your point?
That he's a better dribbler than Sancho, even if he does keep his head down.
Fair enough. But if you want,
looking in the air for?
but
What's
if you
looking in the air for?
but if you want to see Sancho dribbling past people, I'll
What
clip
games?
up today's game.
Go on then, show me.
I will do. No, I'll send that across the chat. Yeah.
Well, send it along with the latest Ahmad compilation.
So,
yeah.
no, I mean, you see that. That's Hollywood. That's box office.
I mean,
that's
That's
what, bro.
the Macclesfield
That's
Town
that's
edition.
box office. Listen. You have to.
I can't wait too, man.
You have to understand when you're Manchester United, the clout. That's stardust.
The
clout. It's a clout.
We used to be a proper football
Listen,
team.
a Manchester United player could be playing in the Bermuda Triangle. You're getting a comp, bro. You're getting a comp. It is what it is, man. Just enjoy
Morgan
it.
Mafia, that's what we do, man.
We're comparing this guy. We're comparing this guy. Just enjoy it.
Anyway,
what player?
Mountains to come back, pretty average footballer, right? Who could
Yeah,
that?
go.
Who could that be?
Fabinho.
Yeah, Fabinho.
Yeah, I mean,
Fabinho, what is he now?
He's 37, bro.
You know, he's
go to the mountains, come back playing like Milner.
He needs to go to the hyperbolic championship. Just stay there for a year. Just stay for a year. Like, because that guy.
Anyone else? Oh, actually, you know what? I want everyone to give one player in their squad. Who would you have Arsenal go to the mountains?
Xhaka, man.
Find your zen, yeah? Who would you have in your squad go to the mountains?
Half the team, bro.
Fair enough.
Hey, he scored today, though.
No, yeah.
He had them. Sancho got the same amount of league goals as you. Allegations. And he's like, you know what? I got to get. Sancho's been away for 3 months. How could he have the same amount of league goals as me?
Crazy, man.
You said Fabinho, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Who would you have go?
Fred, man.
Just don't come back.
Stay there.
Go to the Amazon.
Just chill out there, man. Do
Come
your
on, man,
thing.
go something.
Brother.
Question from TLs and TDs. Asa, can Chelsea win a game without an American on the pitch? Like, it's possible.
What kind of question is that?
This is a propaganda machine unlike one I've ever seen before, apart from Dance Off. Next one is from Sam E_91. This is the last one. For a player like Saka, who tends to get kicked a lot, what can he do? Would it be worth speaking out to the media, or does that put a bigger target on his back?
Welcome to
Any other players that have been through similar in the past? For 3 questions, what can he do? Does that put a bigger target on his back? And have there been any other players who've been through similar in the past?
There are lots of players who have been through similar in the past. Look at Zaha, for example. But the issue that bothers me with Saka, I don't think there's been a player who has fouled more than he is.
And then yellow card.
And then
Salah.
nobody gets a yellow card.
Salah.
He will do something very innocuous and get booked.
Yeah.
Like he's got like I think he's got like 6 yellow cards this season. Not one single player has been booked on Saka this season. I think.
I think Morayo was that.
Was that the first one yesterday?
I think was Burn. I don't think Burn.
Either way, it's like 1 or 2 players, and it's only up until recently. Like I've never seen anything like it before. Like especially someone like Saka, who is literally, putting man on skates every week. Like it don't make any sense.
It's weird because like even so, for example, the game that he went off versus for Forest as well this season, where he will just kick from pillar to post, and he went off in the first half because it's like even versus Aston Villa, I'm thinking like I think there was one time where he must have left one on Morayo.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, yeah, because Morayo literally done the same thing to him before, so which was tip for tap. But Saka just gets kicked all the time. But the thing I like about it is that he's still the same. Like there's other guys where Zaha, where you can tell if
it actually affects him, and he starts like kicking out, lashing out.
Exactly. With Saka, it doesn't.
But I don't want him. I hope he don't turn into that kind of person.
I don't think he's got good mentality.
I don't think he will. I actually just worry about him in terms of actual injuries because
I think Arteta needs to come and say something because
that's a good point.
Yeah, Arteta. Because at the end of the day, fam, you can't have your star player just getting kicked. His ankles all bruised.
They would say he's moaning anyway, man.
But
but they have to.
No, but the thing is with that, it's just like it might just make people say, okay, we'll actually kick him on now.
It's true.
So it's like.
And the refs, I feel like the refs are always like
funny when you try to tell them how to do their job.
Yeah. But thanks for sacking Lee Mason, by the way, guys.
Yeah, well done. But you happy, yeah?
I'd love the 3 points. That'd be great.
Also, the thing with Saka is that it's not just one player. They will have a rotation of players doing it. So a player can't.
Jordan rules.
That's crazy, man. But
Saka rules.
And it's always like the first 20-25 minutes where no one gets booked in the first 25 minutes. So it's like what's that movie where you get to do everything you want for a day or whatever it's called?
In time?
No. The Purge. It's like the first 25 minutes is the Purge.
Everything goes. Do you know what? That's what I was thinking. Like his whole where you mentioned him getting a yellow for like an innocuous challenge or whatever. Do you think this whole godson, star boy reputation
is the referee's an atheist?
Not being atheist, but it's like seen as this good lad.
Yeah.
And he's got this reputation you can't react when anybody does anything to you, right? We hold you to this higher standard. So the minute he does anything, that's not the Saka we know. That's not the Saka we know. Bukayo, you've been naughty. Bukayo, you've been naughty today. Give me a yellow card for your trouble.
Let's say he starts falling down and starts diving. You see the press, he's all diving. We don't like that and everything. Because like I said, I take it back to Salah, fam. Salah just gets kicked.
But that's deserved.
Shut up, man.
That's
Salah just gets kicked.
That's deserved.
You ain't got a penalty this season.
But you got more than enough in
bro,
the season's
Salah,
past,
Salah yesterday. He got kicked one time. He didn't even get a foul. I was so happy. Man.
Salah's a bison, though.
Oh, he is a bison, but fam, at some point you got
That guy just left one on him and then went out for a throw in and said, "Yeah, it's a throw in." I'm thinking it's mad.
It's karma anyway, because Robertson's leaving stuff on people every week, bro. So
Nasty.
Yeah.
and he ain't being sent off every
All
week.
that.
Yeah.
All that.
Well, yeah, good one. Yeah, you know what? I think you guys said don't mention it, but you know what will happen? He'll get an injury, then Arteta will come out and have to be like, "This was what's going to happen."
I think
That's
you should
why
start from
I
the
don't
same.
want. I don't want him to mention it. But
Cool, lads. That's our lot. Thank you very much. It's great catching up with all of you, finding out how your teams are doing. Do this again sometime, yeah?
When I spit bars in a rave, man, I go hard like Santan.